Testing. One, two, three. Can y'all hear me? Hey, Reba. What you got in your cup tonight? Ooh, wee. I got Pepsi. I had to get me a Pepsi tonight. I can't do it tonight. Mm-mm. I don't know what happened. Oh, you got Gatorade, Deborah. I know that's right. Listen, Deborah, you showed me it was all right to go ahead and switch your drink up the next night. Because remember, we had that coffee. Yeah, I had to do it one time for the one time. Had to give me a Pepsi and get my mind right. I can't even close the top. What I'm doing? You laying down? I know that's right. I know that's right. That's what I've been doing like most of the day. I'm trying to get my bearings because it was a long, late night. Nonetheless, I had a great time. Let's see. Trying to see. But I did drop the link just in case somebody wanted to come up. Let me see. Yeah, I did. Let me see. Ooh. You said you was gonna drink the whole thing, Deborah. So you really drank the whole thing? Yeah, man. That champagne good though. Wow. It's some more drinks right there. Oh. Ooh. You know what, Rewa? I have yet to figure out how to do that and this at the same time. You know what happened the last time I did, right? I got the punching buttons. What the word? My dang thing ain't working. Hold on. This that old thing out of whack today. What is going on? Let me see. Child, it was a whole disaster. Like, I didn't even mean to. That's the crazy part. I didn't mean to. Hold on. Oh, let me see this. Oh no, that's not it. But yeah. Let me see the thing. So ain't nobody coming up tonight. Let me see. You ain't got the cam up if you don't want to. Okay, but anyway, let's get into it. I was running late, trying to pull myself together. I was really fighting and tussling on whether I was going to drink or not drink tonight. I was like, honey, oh, you said I couldn't sit up for 500. Oh, that was a good time. That means you was loose. You was toe back. That you couldn't sit up for 500. Child, listen, I had a headache today. And then the crazy thing is I slept in. I slept in so long. It was as if I was catching up on sleep that I lost early part of the week. Man, listen. I did not want to get back up. I promise you I didn't. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna pull it together. I'm gonna pull it together. Then my head, it was just I head throbbing. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna sip me a little bit of coffee. And shortly after I had that coffee made everything all right. And I said to that coffee, I'm not gonna let you down again this time. I'm not. So I ain't even bother messing with that drink after I got that headache gone. And it's very rare that I get a headache. So when that happened, I was like, okay, I'm in trouble. I got to call somebody real quick. I got to figure this thing out. Anybody. So one of the things I did see today, because you know I'm always perusing and scrolling. I should have brought my other phone in here with me. And oh girl, I seen this song that she was singing, and I think somebody had shared the song, and it sounded like an old Negro spiritual. And she was like, something, I don't even know what she was saying, but I know at some point in the song, she said something, why was I born this way? Somebody did a video, and you know what? It was that lady. What's her name? Naturally Carnisha. Let me see. Naturally, let me look it up. Carnisha. I don't know. She was the one. She played Cray Cray song, and she said, basically saying it was time to get some help. It was a new. I didn't know if it was a new song or not, but I didn't see it anywhere as a. Oh, that's what it said. It says somebody called the doctor, and she said the girl need help.
what I'm truly seeing here in a sense is that y'all can't do what I do.
Hey, woman, well done. I can't even find the song. I don't know if she did it in a short. You know what? I don't even feel like looking through all this. I ain't gonna get into that little crazy song that she made up. Sounded like it was a cry for help. I don't even know. I'm gonna leave that alone. But moving right along. So it was another thing that I seen today. It was funny. Now, this lady, I don't know if it was a skit because you know people good for doing skits or whatever like that. So the lady was saying she was talking to her dude or whatever. I don't know if they were married. I know they was in a relationship and they lived together. That's all I know. And so they had the conversation, and he bust out and said to her, "Yeah, my children's mother is moving in Friday." And she was like, "Moving in where? Your baby mama what?" So they started having this conversation, and eventually she was like, I think she ended up saying that it's plenty of resources out there for her. She can go to a shelter, you know, why the child can't just come and then she can go figure it out or whatever like that. And he was like, basically, look, this is our house. She said, yeah, and you should have consulted me for this decision that you did not include me in. And then he bust out and said, well, I think he suggested it and said she could leave. I really didn't know what to think about it. I really feel like it was a skit because somebody asked her for an update and she came back and she said, well, it's not Friday. I'm sitting here waiting just like everybody else. And then it was her whole response afterwards, like, well, maybe it will happen or maybe it won't happen. But either way, it'll be my decision. I was like, girl, what is going on? I was like, child, I ain't know what to think. Okay, so Deborah, remember that morning that I was basically saying I was tired of something, and it was just all that noise and whatever the case may be. And I think I ended up just putting the phone on live and letting it play out. I remember doing that. And it was a lot of commotion. And after the commotion, I picked my phone up and Deborah was on the live. And she started speaking and, you know, saying, you know, different things or whatever. One of the things I do remember her saying was praying that it all works out for all parties. Today was a day that it worked all out. And I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, Deborah did that. She pulled up on that day. Because, honey, I was ready to stomp a mud hole. Ain't that ninja? But if it wasn't for that, she pulled through for me that day. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to go off. I was so irritated. The ninja was yelling at night, and then the ninja got up early in the morning yelling again. I am happy to report that the ninja is gone. Everybody gone. Moving right along. Let me see. I didn't even have no hold on. Where was child? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Deborah, when I tell you, it took every ounce of my being to deal with them folks in that situation for so long. And the sad part is we will sit there, and it wasn't a sad thing, and I didn't feel like I was wrong for the level of patience that I gave, because I know they had kids. I really felt like, when it all first started, it was in the winter, it was cold, and I'm like, Lord, the babies need somewhere to lay down. It's cold outside. The daddy don't know how to act. He act like he's not used to being inside. And I didn't want them to suffer in that moment. And on top of that, the lady was pregnant again. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try to, bear with all the noise and the ruckus and all of the things. Here we are. I also had to remember that she was somebody's daughter. She was somebody's daughter caught up with a sorry ninja. I'm not going to even call him sorry, because it's levels to sorry. You get to, and the funny thing was, he kept hollering that they was married. That's what he kept saying. He said that was his wife. I don't know. But I thought about it, and I was like, that's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, like, where's her mom? You know what I'm saying? In my head, I'm like, where's her mother at? But I would hear him often get mad because she would not cut communication with her family members out of state. And so what he did was he would try to triangulate her and make her make decisions and like try to break her down. Like I promise you, the stuff I heard, I was just like, girl, I was ready to fight. I want to catch the nigga in the hall, show him something. I promise you I did. I wanted to catch him. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't my battle. And it just reminded me of, how, sometimes you can really, really get caught up in that love-ish. Yeah, Reba, it was going the fuck down, girl. I don't know where you was at when this was going on, girl. Child, you want a story? I'm finna tell you about it. So, once upon a time, I had met a ninja. Here you go. Here you go. This is how I know how that thing go. But I was like, damn, they still getting them like this. But this was different anyway. So I'm gonna tell the story. Okay. So one summer, I had just moved to these apartments, right? Let me listen real good. Hey, Rocks. I think I missed something. LOL. Okay, so woman, well done. I was referring to a close situation around me, a neighbor that had been off the chain for almost a year now. But it was more of a situation of he was, he had some anger issues. Clearly, he could not control himself, and he had children. They got children, and she, from what I noticed, she got away from this ninja, but when came back to this ninja, and it did not get better. Child, I'm ignorant. I was playing K Michelle. I was playing Can't Raise the Man. I was playing anything in my damn arsenal I could find, dropping all kinds of clues. Because I was like, where's her goddamn mama? She all the way out here. And come to find out, he intentionally moved her ass all the way out here. away from her family. She had a whole bunch of small children. You know how that is when your kids little, you need all the family you can get. But what I was saying was, last night, it was told to me that I needed to tell one of my stories. So I'm going to tell one of my stories. That's what I said. So that's where we at, Woman Well Done. Now, throughout the months, I have been dropping different things as it relates to that. I don't know if you caught it, but it was a few people that caught it, and I was just getting tired of the whole situation. And one thing I'm not okay with. See, one thing about where I am and where I'm from, we don't play about our women and children. Now, I don't know what people do in other states, and I don't know what kind of life they're about, but we pull up and we show out around here. Like, we can literally have people in the neighborhood that don't know each other, don't see each other, if they do see each other, they barely speak to each other. But if you hear a ninja out of control and he think he gonna do something to that girl, it ain't even about to happen over here. That's how we roll over here. We ain't even got to know each other to show up and get activated. Okay. So that's why I was getting at. And then the fact that I started really picking up on the fact that she was not from here. And she was down here by herself with this ninja. That's why I'm going at. But anyway, so I'm going to one of my stories. And I didn't know if anybody wanted to come through. I'm going to drop the link again just in case. Where is it? But I'm about to tell this story because I was told that I need to tell one of my stories. She was from Florida. Woman Well Done. She was all the way out here in Virginia with that ninja. It been going on for months. I'm talking about at least 10, 11 months. Let me tell you something. I looked out the window today and I seen a mini U-Haul hitched up to a big old truck. And I was like, well, whose truck is that? So I decided to keep being nosy. Right, Rox. I said, child, let me be nosy as fuck, honey. Cause shit, loud as the motherfucker, you can hear every damn thing. So it was two sisters. The first black lady I seen, I said, okay, maybe that's a family member. That's an auntie. Somebody came and got her. But baby, when I seen the other lady, I was like, oh, that's her mama right there. Cause she looked just like, I said, her mama she look older than her, but she's still bad. Mama was cute. She was snatched. And these women was moving, literally physically moving her items. Like they was coming to move her and them children. And I'm not gonna lie, I shot it a little bit because for a while I was like, where's her mama at? That's all I could think. I was like, where's her mama? Because this man, he got too many goddamn screws loose. He got a pending case. Oh yes, girl, I went down and found out he had a case down in Florida, honey. I've been dropping clues and bombs out there for a minute, but you gotta pick up in between some of the stuff I do. I be sewing, but I be talking too. This is how I knew that ninja wasn't shit. So, like I said, once upon a time, I met a ninja. Oh, honey, you couldn't tell me nothing. Okay, so one day I'm taking this laundry basket, right? Because I'm going to go do some laundry and I'm going to put it in my truck. This fine, tall, chocolate dude, he was like, you need some help with that. I was like, hell yeah. Shy. So he come get the basket or whatever. He sitting in the car for me, whatever. So we end up talking a little bit. I had no idea where he came from. He just walked up, child, from somewhere. I don't even know where I was like, Lord, look at me. This was some years ago, y'all. I was probably like, I was in my 20s. So, um, yeah, so I met him. He wasn't from here. He was in town working a out of town little position, right? Oh, baby, let me pull you on stage. Hey, Pooh, Gracie, she's so cute. What's up? Let me fix this screen, girl. You're so pretty. Okay, so I wanted to tell this story because I guess maybe I wasn't being transparent enough, right? About who I am. And I was like, girl, I've been through some things just because I don't look like what I've been through, and I don't choose to, be all the pieces about it. Hey, Shonda. Um, so I met him, I dated him. Child, I was stupid. He already had a couple children. Come to find out, he won by name. He was a 600 hallway type of dude. He was, big. He was an athlete at some point in time. He played football. That's kind of what he knew how to do. And he was a so I think that's what I was talking about a little bit last night. And I was saying he was running around with different women, just doing all of the things. And he ain't really had nothing going on for real, right? So after I finished my undergrad, I planned on going to Georgia to go teach. And I ended up moving down there, and I had some family down there as well. Thankfully, I had some family around the corner. So things would get a little, crazy, but he wasn't like the type, he wasn't, he never like put his hands on me and then like that. But after a while, because I did remember my brother saying, he was like, yeah, I used to be really, really worried about you. And I was like, I couldn't really tell. But anyway, so child, he was in them streets. He was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. If Okay, let me tell you this story, child. One time, the people was riding by my house, the police. It was in DeKalb County. I never forget it. I was living off of Pleasantdale Drive. So I was living in these apartments, and the police rolled through. And I was like, well, who they looking for? And that was like back in the time where you know how you have like spiritual, or like you have woman's intuition, but it ain't really kicked in like that. So that's kind of what happened. But hold on, do I have you muted or are you? Did I do it? Oh, you muted yourself. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't being rude. But so he was doing all this crazy stuff, and come to find out, he was out there kicking in doors with other people. Like they was literally out there doing all kinds of stuff. So one guy that he was linked up to claimed that he was a relative of like what's that rapper from Texas? I forgot. Anyway, child, Georgia was a whole learning experience. I couldn't even trust who I was sleeping with. I couldn't trust who he was being friends with. Honey, it was a hot damn mess. Then I left from down there pregnant. So I had to yes. So I had to bring my ass back home to Virginia, learn this lesson, and I took the nigga back. He came down here and thought he was gonna do that same kind of stuff, and he got ran away from here. Okay, so he went back to where he went back from, but it was plenty of times in between the years where he would try to call and be like, "Oh, I miss you," to all that bullshit. I was just so over it. But the last straw was when I found out he was. I was like, "Oh hell no," you know what I'm saying? So that's like when we had that conversation, and you said, "Well, because." Oh, honey, I was just telling one of my stories, but I was going it was a segue from a story that I guess like you said I've been sharing throughout the few months or whatever slowly, but it finally ended so I can talk a little bit more. But anyway, this is a story about what I went through one time. So when I found out he did that, he was stealing. My aunt had bought my baby let me see. I think it was a sterling silver, like bracelet, beautiful bracelet she bought for my daughter. He stole it. He had went like one time we went to go visit my parents. He had stole some stuff from their house.
What you do? Pawn it or sell it?
Yeah, he pawned it. Girl, you know. That's what he was doing. And that is why, like the other day, when I was saying that a lot of the 600 hallway people, sometimes that's kind of what they end up out there doing, because a lot of them were on, medications when they were children. And so they, your body get used to anything that you do. So that's kind of what I got from him after a while. He ended up being a damn case study and a life lesson that I will never forget to this day. And I think last night or the night before, or whatever we talked, I said that basically he had transitioned 2 years ago to yesterday's date. If I'm not mistaken, yesterday's date, I think. Yeah, he was doing way too much. And I was like, I ain't feel no type of way. Because the sad part was he went on to continue to do the same thing in other women's lives. It was another woman he was with currently at the time. And he was caught out there with another woman. Him and her had got a hold of something. And they was late.
That's crazy.
So I guess that's the shortest way I can tell the story, because it wasn't even that many years, but it was just so much time and energy and things that I messed up, and so that's when I seen what was going on with her. And I was like, oh my God, like this man got her all the way out here.
Was she a young girl?
I know he was about 33. So she had to be close to him in age. But after all this that happened, and just watching her raise her kids, you could tell she was just exhausted. She was depleted. Like the lights was on, but nobody was home at times. Because I would hear the kids, and they was playing as if they was out on the damn soccer field.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, girl, she don't ever take the kids outside. And I was like, damn, she probably, she's not with her family. Like, and she was stuck in a place where she had to decide if she was going to continue to do this thing with him, or was she going to go move on and go back home? Because again, he had a pending case for her there in Florida. I did some research.
Wow.
I had to, because you know how sometimes I was like, damn, I know I've been through some crazy stuff, and I was like, child, I don't know what it is, but it just kept getting at me, kept messing with me. It messed with me so bad that one day I overheard, because the police had to come for something that happened, and I was just coming home one day, and I overheard him giving his date of birth and his name to the officer. I don't think it was anything domestic in nature that day, but when I heard it, I was like this. And then I said, wait a minute. And then, in those type of cases, they have like do not contact orders.
Mm-hmm.
All of that was set in place. All of it was there. And I was like, So technically, they can't act on it because they're here.
Wow.
So just imagine having like that. Like that's a lot of pressure because
Mhm.
you're listening to the behaviors escalate so much so he come through the door snapping. Just turn it on. So again, like I said, she's somebody's child
Yeah.
and somebody love her. And I'm glad she came and got her. I'm glad she
Wow.
came and got her and them grandbabies. I was so happy. I was
Oh, the
just sitting there.
girl's mother came to get her.
Huh. You said what?
Her mother came to get her.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So today I said a little U-Haul had backed up in a pickup truck. And I seen the ladies putting the stuff in there. And like I said, one lady, I was like, well, I ain't never seen her before. I was like, oh shit, what's going on? I said, oh, so somebody moving. And then I seen another lady that was absolutely beautiful. And she looked just like the girl, but an older
Okay.
version. I was like, oh, that's her mom.
Yeah.
That's her mama. You know what I'm
Come to get her
saying?
baby.
I was like, that's her mama right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it bothered me so bad. Because I was like, that's somebody's daughter. And I even actually overheard this man antagonize her one day and say, what you gonna do? Where you gonna go? What you gonna do? Go back to your mama house? And he
Oh
laughed at
gosh.
her.
Mm.
I was
That's the
ready to get
scary
him.
part when you have daughters. You know what I'm saying? That's the scary part when you have girls. Is someone taking advantage of them? Oh my God. I have two girls, so that's scary.
I was just
That's
like,
scary.
and then, part of me, and even if this is the crazy thing. So the previous property manager, it was weird because I'm like, girl, you had to do a background check on him. But I guess because it was pending, technically, they could not, he wasn't found guilty of it. So he still qualified, was able to get his apartment. And I was like, girl, why did you move him under me? You know I'm crazy. You know I'm gonna get him together. So the first time I heard some things that was disturbing, I went to her personally. She said, well, why you ain't call the police? He could have hurt her. So her response was, I was like, so bitch, you already knew. You want me to be in this. I really didn't want to
Wow.
be in it. I didn't. I really didn't
Now I
want to
heard
be
you
in it.
say you from Virginia and y'all like to pull up on people and help people out. Child, not me.
You said
And I was
what?
born in, I said, not me. I was born in Washington, D.C., Southeast Washington, D.C., to be
I don't know
exact.
why I
The
can't
hood of the
hear.
hood. Let me turn my volume up. Hold on. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Hold on, let me go turn my air off. Honey, we gonna have to burn up tonight. What you say?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I had to turn everything
Okay.
off.
Yeah, I heard you say you from Virginia, right?
Yeah.
So me, I'm from DC. I was born in Washington, DC, Southeast
Okay.
Washington, DC. Yes,
Shout out to
girl.
DC and DMV. Hey.
I'm not there right now, but I was born up there. And we don't get into people's stuff. Child, you mind your business because you end up getting hurt and they get back together the same night even. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? And you know what? It was so sketchy for me. And I really did not want to. I was like, nah, fuck that shit. Cause you know what I'm saying? My thought is she love him. I don't. Because
Yep.
I'm not even gonna play with him, not even a little bit. Because I
Mm-hmm.
know how things can go. And I said, I don't know if she got that blinky, but I stay ready. I'm
Me
not gonna do
too.
that. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
talk. I'm gonna be ready to get activated.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the things I heard, I was like, you still down there.
Mm.
I heard this man, this is probably the first time I'm saying this live. He said to her, "You gonna have to put a you know what to my head to take me away from my kids."
Wow. Mm.
I think she was a little slow too, girl. I think she was a little delayed. I think she, I don't know if it came from having them babies back to back, but she had like 5 of them and it was like 9 and under. She was tired. And he knew it. And
How many
he got
children?
like,
How many children?
She had 5.
Oh my.
Oh no, it got even worse. This the kicker. I was just reading the comments. So after there was a separation. She went on with somebody else and came back with a baby. She was pregnant.
Dear.
We forget. We'll love you down. They're not the same. So it was like she was really thinking that. And I was like, no, he got a lot of ticky boom boom with him. He's not going to be able to accept it. I think it was more of a situation that every time he saw it, it escalated. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I'm just glad her mama can't, girl. I was just so happy. I was so
Thank
happy.
God for family.
I was happy.
Thank God for family.
But the way he did not want her to have family. You can hear it. Every time I come in here, you on the phone with this person and you don't give me no attention.
See, the first stages of domestic violence, it doesn't appear with the first hit. That's not when it starts. It starts with isolation. It starts with getting you separated from your family and friends, and then showing those jealous tendencies like almost immediately. Who you on the phone with? Who's that? Who you talking to? Is that your mama? Is that your sister? Is that your daughter? That's how it starts, okay? Before it ever begins physical, it's always like verbally, mentally, emotional damage, So the signs were there before it got into a full-blown relationship, believe me.
Yeah, and it's so sad because as time go on and you see like a lot of younger people, and I think maybe the first and only conversation I had with her, which kind of made it even harder for her to leave, was because she had the first child that they had together, because I think 3 out of the 5 was his, was nonverbal. And on that particular day, she had eloped and she went out the side window. Yay.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going out to walk my little puppy. And she was like, well, did you see a little girl out here? I said, yeah, I seen a little girl with a pink shirt on and she went that way. And in that moment, I was like, this is another reason why she put them as well, because I can't even say that was the manager, because I had witnessed a child that was nonverbal, and the mom, this was a previous situation. The mother had left and the little girl was napping and she was inside the house, but her mama left her there. I seen this child literally sitting on the stoop in her birthday suit, head to toe, sitting on some stairs.
Oh dear.
She was like 2 or 3.
Wow.
I think them people end up coming to get that child.
Yeah.
They had to at that point. Like, she was one of those children that was in a neighborhood that would be at the park and nobody knew who she belonged to. And that went on for a while.
That's so sad. That is so sad.
It was about to be that way with this one. It was. Because she was so overwhelmed. is she
Yeah.
needed family. She needed to be
Mhm.
with family to, you know, be able to do what she needed to do, right? So,
Yeah.
and you're right, everything just happened. So, how did I handle it? Um, First of all, it was another lady that was riding by with the in the vehicle, and her response to the little girl was telling her, I don't know if she called her by her name, but she was like, go inside the house and close the door. And I was like, so y'all used to her doing this, because how was that the first response?
Right.
So I backed up and I went to the office and I told them, and then they called the police. And I told them the apartment, the unit, and they were familiar with it. It was like right by the office.
Wow.
And the police officer, he said, at this point, it's not even it's about being able to keep her safe. And I said, you know what, you're right. He called CPS and I went home and mind my business.
Yeah.
Because shortly after that, that lady stuff was outside.
Yeah. They don't
Yeah.
take that kindly in those apartments. They don't take that kindly. You know, too much domestic violence or too many times the police coming out to your unit, they'll evict you. Hmm.
But see, these ones down here was a different type of situation. I had to,
Okay.
I guess you could say, be a little bit more strategic, if that makes sense, because it
Hmm.
was an interstate situation.
Right.
So you know there are laws that protect women. It's an interstate, some type of interstate law. I forgot the name of it. It came about, I want to say in the 1990s or something like that, but a lot of people aren't familiar with it. So even if you do have something that is, you know, cross state, you
Right.
can call and talk about it, and you can,
Okay.
and yeah. So,
Wow.
and sometimes people will not take it serious.
Hmm.
So what is up with Florida? Like, why do they let people?
Okay, I'm not from here.
I,
I live here, but I'm not from here. Florida is very different. I do know that, like, say for example, in a domestic violence or DV situation, let me watch my words here. The state will charge, they'll press charges against the person if the woman doesn't want to press charges. Like, say if they come out to your house, y'all tussling, they take that person out the house, and you say, oh no, I don't want to press charges. And the state will say, well, we do. Because back in like 2005, they said that a lot of times after the police would leave the house, the man would end up doing something worse. And I can't say it on your live, but yeah, so they had a
yeah.
lot of cases of women ending up, you know what, after the police visited the home. So Florida enacted a law to protect women or whoever is in that case, because sometimes men go to that too, where if the woman doesn't want to press charges, the state can take up the case and press charges against that person on that woman's behalf, and she can't do anything about it. She can't do anything about it.
Okay, so they
Yeah.
do that here as well,
Okay.
and I do believe that is the situation in this case,
Okay.
because when I seen it, it was, you know, the state that was, you know, doing everything. So, honey, and the interesting part was I had to really, really, you know, get on the phone, talk to different people, get recommendations on what I need to do, how to go about it. You know, it was so crazy because Florida, the defects or whatever you want to call them in that state, they was like, oh, well, you need to contact the defects there. And I said,
Really?
well, ma'am, the order originates out of there, the no contact, all of that, and whatever. So,
The no
so much
contact
so they
orders.
hung up on me. They hung up on me.
Oh wow.
They told me to go ahead and call the other people. Like basically, like B, they over there. They ain't here no more. We don't care. That's what I got from them.
I'm not surprised. I'm not
And
surprised.
that's
I
why,
know the the no contact orders, they usually have a certain mileage on them. So, say for example, whatever the person's address is, they'll say the contact order would say something like no contact within however many feet from this particular address. So, I'm not sure if by jurisdiction or by state law or something, that's why they couldn't intervene. But still, I would imagine, no matter what it's called, if you call CPS because you feel that a child is in need of some sort of assistance, that state CPS will come out and do their own thing, no matter what case or whatever is happening in another state. You know what I mean? So that's kind of strange.
And you know what? When you broke down that 2005 thing, it made sense, and
Mhm.
that's what I was concerned about. I was
Mhm.
like, well, what
Mhm.
if? Because
Mhm.
this is another thing when I spoke, but well, before I spoke to a guy here, officer here, he basically said, well, you know, well, he was the, oh my gosh, it was so crazy. He was from Florida.
Oh.
He was this fine little Cuban guy from Florida. I was like, he probably done got out here wilding and he on desk duty. I don't know. But he took the complaint and he took it serious. So much so he had his body cam on.
Oh.
And I said everything that I had been hearing the last 10 months.
You had to write it down, right?
No, he had his body cam on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, girl, I put on. I put on. Okay. Because in that moment, like when the little girl went around the corner and did what she did, I had to say to her, I said, well, if you having issues with your lock, try to get them to fix it. If they can't, put some sticks in your window. I said, because what you never want to happen is for them to come knock on your door and say you can't keep her safe.
Yeah.
So you want to, just show that you've done everything you can do.
Mhm.
Because elopement is, it's normal for kids with disabilities. They need personal safety skills. They, will benefit from that. And she had
Okay,
already
even this
told
is
her,
a child with disability and they still didn't intervene? Like, I'm so confused. Like, the CPS didn't, this child has disabilities and they
that
didn't
was my
advise you
angle
to,
that I came with.
oh my gosh.
Because see, this is what I had to say. And I will make this clear to anybody. I don't care about what grown people do. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. But when it comes to kids and
Yes.
kids with disabilities,
Mm-hmm.
see, they have so many rights, even with being adults with disabilities. Children with
Yes.
disabilities have the most rights around.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my angle. And for them, child, they got me up off the phone. They was like, oh, call Virginia.
Wow.
So I I was child, call me what you want. I called down to the prosecutor's office.
Well, and
Cause see,
hopefully
she
you got
can
some
play with you, but
answers.
I'm not gonna play with you. And I'm not
Yeah.
scared of you.
Yeah.
So I got on the phone with them and the lady was like, well, we need you to call. She said only thing like you can really do is call the authorities in your area the next time you hear some commotion. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what is that gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Shall they gone now?
Well, I hope that
But
things work
see,
out.
I had to learn what that did was that made it easier for them to uphold that order.
Mm-hmm.
Because technically, because they weren't in the state that the order was active, they can then get one for this state.
Okay. Okay.
Like
So
it.
they'll just have two orders in two different states. Okay.
Or they can find a way using that interstate law for women to make it apply to Virginia as well.
Wow.
But they have to first lay
Yes.
eyes on the individual. That's why they say call them. I said, y'all gonna have me locked up. I said, because I'm gonna take his, I'm gonna lay him out. I said it on the body cam, child. I said, I'm gonna lay his ass out. You gonna buy me out? He was just looking at me like this bitch here crazy. But
My
I was
goodness.
serious because you
Yeah.
don't know. And with when I was looking at the documents, like the events, at some point in time, it looked like they tried to close it last year. And also another thing, they have recommendations for intervention services prior to moving forward. Everything has been denied. Baby, he need all the help.
Yeah.
All the check all the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
He not there. Okay. But that's like basically what I have been dealing with, like the noise level. I can try to
A couple
work
times
past
I remember hearing you talk about like, oh, it sounds like a daycare in here, or
it.
it
Is
sounds like a daycare. I remember hearing you say that a few
I
times.
can work with the noise level with the children because they're children. They're doing what children do. That the mama
Mm-hmm.
ain't taking them outside to get no fresh air to play. I can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
But what I'm not gonna sit and listen to is this grown man beating on the wall, yelling, acting like he just crazy.
Mm.
I had to draw the line somewhere, but it's a celebration. That girl gone with her mama. No, girl's a
Well,
celebration. She
I'll
go
stick to
with her
that.
mama. Honey, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. When I seen that lady that looked like her, it just touched my heart. I was like, Lord, that's her mama. That's her
Mm.
mom. That's her mama. And I mean,
Yes.
the women were moving the stuff. And I was like, he ain't even moving nothing.
He was probably upset, like in his feelings about the whole thing. They don't want you to get help. They want you to stay in that repetitive cycle of abuse because they don't see themselves as abusers. They don't see themselves that way. I'm glad she has some help. I'm glad she has some help. There are so many women in that situation who never get the help they need. So many women. So many women.
It is so crazy, but I won't try to dampen nobody mood. But honey, it was whew.
Well, I'm happy you got your peace, child.
It's so quiet and peaceful
Mm,
now. I was like, I don't
mm,
even know if he down there now. Maybe he down there by himself. Maybe he rolled back with him. I don't care.
right.
But I know her mama pulled up.
That's all
And
that matters.
nothing could stop that. And nothing could stop me for pulling up on mine for mine.
I'm
I
telling
don't know
you.
how they do it. I don't know how they do
I'm
it.
telling you. I'm telling you.
But
I'm telling you.
I will wear every shade of the orange for my daughter.
Me too. For all my children.
You right.
Mm,
You right. You right.
hmm
But it was just so sad because she looked like she lost herself.
That happens though. 5 children, and you said she's in about her 30s. That happens.
Yeah, like,
Motherhood is not
probably
easy. It's
probably
not
just
easy.
there, maybe 30,
hmm
maybe 28, 29.
With
And
five
even when I had
children,
the conversation with her, I was like, well, I'm a little older than you, so I'm gonna see things a little different. And I remember one thing she said to me. She said, so you hear everything that's being said.
what
I
you
said,
say?
yeah. I said, but I don't dabble in domestics. Wasn't that weird?
That is weird.
But then again, sometimes you think of what's being said, how people put down things so you can pick it up, because sometimes they don't have the strength or they don't
Yeah,
have the resources because she wasn't protected there.
yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know. But anyway, what is going on? What's going on? Girl, she oh, Wonder Well
Child,
that it came
oh,
through. Oh my
child.
gosh. Yes,
I never
DMV
get a
in the
chance.
building.
Child, we in the building. I never get a chance to get out and do nothing.
You said what?
I never get a chance to do anything, like as far as like coming on live and all that. I never get a chance to do that kind of stuff. So
I
the
know
baby
you
is
busy.
sleeping.
I know you busy, but when you
Yes.
come through, you pop in and
Yeah,
child,
I
we
try
be
to
loving it.
speak. Yeah, I try to speak, press the like button. Even last night, I was trying my best to come to the Zoom. My baby wouldn't sleep. She's teething, so you know how that
Oh,
goes. Yeah, she's
yeah.
about to be 5 months
Oh,
on what, Tuesday? She'll be 5 months. So
Oh man,
it's
she
good
a
that
girl. Let me tell you
yeah,
something.
child.
Man cried. She cried for 5 months straight.
My
I,
goodness.
I just never. I was like, and that was my first time having a girl. She just cried every night. She would not
Mm.
sleep.
That see, I'm thankful that my daughter, she at least sleeps. Thank God. Oh my God, she sleeps all the way through.
Okay.
But during the daytime, I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy. And last night, she took a long nap during the daytime, and I was like, dang, I hope I can join the Zoom. But she was just too busy. And my husband, he was sleeping, so I just said, forget it. But I'm gonna try again next time. So everyone's
But you know what? We
and
had
sleep
fun
and
last
everything.
night. We had fun.
I
It
missed
wasn't a lot
it.
of us, but we had a good time. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I know
We
y'all
said a
cut up.
few things that we weren't able to say.
You can't say here, yeah.
Yeah.
How many
But one of
hours
the
y'all put in?
things that was said to me was, "Girl, you need to tell one of your stories, child." But
Look,
no, this is the crazy part.
how many
The
hours did y'all
dude,
stay on Zoom?
you said what?
How many hours were y'all over there on Zoom?
It was only 4.
Only
It
only 4. Oh my gosh.
was
You
like
know, let me
4, I
see.
believe. Yeah. How many was it? Reba was there, Deborah was there, and Rocks.
I know
Yeah.
y'all
So it
cut
was
up.
4.
That's a
Like
good
4.
time right there. All 4 of y'all know how to cut up. So I know y'all had a good time.
I mean, we was able to get into more detail about certain things. And
Yeah.
honestly, I didn't even know what to talk about. And that's when I was told, it was like, girl, you need to tell us, that's why, like, when I seen that it was a situation like that,
This Deborah
no,
said that's
because
why
that
I
had
drank that
happened to
whole bottle
me.
of bubbly.
That had happened to me with the cray cray.
Mm.
And the thing about cray cray knew to call the people first or get to the people first before me.
Mm.
Because I think cray cray had did that before down there where he was from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where was he
Hmm.
from?
He was from Alabama, girl.
Oh.
Child, the people, they didn't warn me till later on to tell me about those guys. It was too
Reba said it
late.
was a good time. Oh, I missed it. Oh man.
Deborah, Deborah had a big bottle
And she said she drank the whole
champagne.
thing.
She said,
You a
I'm going to
soldier, Miss
drink this
Deborah.
whole thing. And she on the West Coast, so we behind her in time. And
Yeah.
she was like, because when we got off, it was like, it was like 1 o'clock here. And she
So
was
it
like,
was
oh,
like
it's only 10
10.
something here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, then you got it. She said, I'm going to finish this. I said,
Go
all right.
ahead, Miss Deborah.
She
You can
said, but not
hang.
tonight. She said she laying down. She said she ain't get on camera, no nothing. She got
Mm.
on camera last night. She said she wasn't going to get on camera, but she ended up coming up there. So
She's a
we
bunch
had
of fun.
fun.
She's a bunch of fun. I can tell.
Yeah, we had fun. We was just cutting up. It was just like a whole
It was a vibe.
we was cutting up. We was cutting
I
up.
know y'all cut up.
Yeah.
God
Hmm.
didn't give me children until later in life, so I was with my baby.
But you know what? Like I said, that's a different level of patience. And it is
It
nothing wrong
is.
with it. It's a lot of people that do it. Um, a lot of my friends, they joke and they talk about how, all of theirs are adults like now. And I
All my
haven't,
friends' children are adults too. They're in college. A lot of them went to college this year. I'm like, my God, and I'm still just catching up.
yeah. So, but
Yeah.
the thing is, it's important to do it the right way. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because like having help
She's
and
4
having
months,
support
Miss Deborah.
and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
it's totally different than when you don't. And when you young, you make a lot of stupid mistakes.
And see, I was asking for it when I was young. I mean, as early as I can remember, I wanted to have children, and it just wasn't happening. And like 4 months into after I got married, 4 months later, for the very first time in my life, I was pregnant.
Oh, it was
And I
time.
had
It
went to
was
the
time.
doctor and everything, and I was, I was even thinking like maybe I have to do fertility treatments or something. Nope, it happened naturally 4 months later.
Yeah, it was time. That's
Yeah,
that's right.
it was time.
Ain't that
It
wrong?
was God's timing, It's like,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
wanted children early. But while all my friends were having children and all that, I was traveling. I was doing all the things that they're doing now. So now I have to be, on baby duty. But you know what? I prayed for them children. So I never put them second. You will always see me come. Well, I had a dream about 50 Cent.
Did you have a
Rox, did
drink
you?
last night, Ross? You should come up here and tell us about it.
Rox
I
is
would love
crazy.
to know. Look at him like that, but
Look at me.
some reason.
Rox, what did you drink last night at the Red Cup party? See, I know y'all had a good
she,
time.
she had wait a minute, what did she have? She had, I think she had both. She was drinking. Let me add this again just in case, because sometimes it'll be gone when you scroll up. But she had liquor and she had wine, if I'm not mistaken.
That's my
She
girl.
had both. Oh, she had Jack Daniel. So Jack done got 50 over to your house.
I'm telling you, that's
Which
hilarious.
you got your drink you was talking about last
Me,
time.
I still got it.
That look
Child, this stuff is
good.
so good. It's good, but it's real sweet. It's one of those Italian. It was my first time trying it, like one of those Italian drinks, and they don't see this. We take it to the head. I'm used to doing that.
Okay. Okay. You
But
said I had to.
In Italy, you can't do that. Well, you can do what you want, but they don't do that. In Italy, they just sip slowly, and it does catch up with you faster. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, they sip,
Okay.
a
See,
little
and
bit.
that's the beautiful thing. You got an opportunity to do all of the things you want to
Yes,
do prior
I
to.
traveled. Yes.
Here I am waiting for that last day, like a last the last day of school.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna be all over the world. They're gonna have to come find me. I ain't
Child,
coming back.
I can't wait to get out there again too. It's like the last time I traveled, I was pregnant with my son. We took an 8-day cruise. My husband, my children, my daughter, and I was pregnant with my son at the time. And I got away with it because you can only they let you on a cruise when you're up to 6 months, but I wasn't showing that much. So I ended up getting on there. I had to bring a doctor's note, but they never checked it. And we took an 8-day cruise. It was an Eastern Caribbean cruise. It was so beautiful too.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, that was the last time we all traveled together. So every year we do something, we go camping or something like that. But the last time we actually like went out of the country, I was pregnant with my son. So we're long overdue for like some international travel.
You know what? They
Yeah.
I want to say they finally have cruises leaving directly from over here now. Because at first
Oh
we would
yeah.
have people would have to go,
To Baltimore or Florida.
yeah. But I think
Yeah.
they done that recently over in Norfolk to make it more convenient. So
Well, that's good. That's
yeah,
good. Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I
finally.
love cruise. I love cruising. I love everything is all included. You get to go to many different islands or countries, all for the same expense. You know what I mean? Unless you do like additional excursions outside of what's offered by the cruise, you pay more for that. But I love cruising because you pay it that one price and you just show up, you eat, you sail, you get off at the different ports, different countries or different islands, and you have a good time. And plus, if you have like a big bill, like say for instance, the cost of maybe like four people, I'm just gonna throw out a random number. Let's just say it's $4,000. The deposit required is still the same to book the entire cruise. They may say, just give us $50 to book the cruise, And then you have all the way up until like 3 months before the cruise to pay it off. So you could just take a little bit. You could take $20 here, $15 there, and just call them and say, I want to make a $10 payment towards my cruise. I want to make $100. However much you want to do, you do that to your cruise agent. And then they require the last payment, like I think it's even less than that. They require the last payment like 2 months before you actually take sail. And then let's just say if you ain't got it, by the time your cruise comes, you don't have to have it. I mean, I wouldn't travel like that, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you don't have it, you can still take your trip and not have to worry about food, drinks, alcohol you have to pay extra for. But everything else, all the amenities on the cruise, they had like a comedy club on the cruise itself. Um, they have daycare if you want to put your children to daycare on the cruise. I love cruising. Cruising really gives
Oh, I
you
know they had a
all.
daycare. Come on now, cruise. You got me. Look, you done sold me a whole cruise just now. I ain't want to go. I just keep looking. I'm like, that's too much water to swallow.
Girl, look, right before you take off, they show you you have a life vest in your room. They have life vests all over the ship. Child, don't let that stop you.
Child, I be walking around with a life vest and a drink in my hand all across the damn boat. Like,
Miss
what's
Deborah
wrong?
said, my BFF love her cruises. I tell her I do not do bodies of water. I understand, Miss Deborah. I understand, but it's so much fun. You forget that you're on water. By the time you get to your room, you get upstairs to the deck to eat. The buffet is continuous. They even have some of the restaurants on the ship that's open 24 hours. You can have that stuff delivered to your room, free room service. There's no extra charge for that. Like they have it's just, I love cruising. Hey,
Like
Rob,
you got me ready to go do one now. Like for real.
child, take a cruise. Come on, Miss Deborah, take a
Let me
cruise.
see. I'm trying to see.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep, I
Yeah.
can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Rob.
Damn, it's a ritual getting up here. It's like a whole ritual. You know what I'm saying? With the hooded shit on and the candles lit. And you got to go do a backwards flip and do a split and stand up by 5. And then say, num your ring, girl. God damn. I had to
What
go
you
through so
talking about?
much
The dream?
now to get up here.
On
Oh,
StreamYard.
Yeah. Trying to sign in
Yeah.
from my phone was like doing a whole
Yeah.
ritual.
The
Shit.
same
it
for me too.
was.
I had never used this before, so I had
On the
to.
phone, it's different. See, when you on your
Yeah.
laptop, you just sign in, boom, shakalaka. But on this phone, they want to know what your blood type is, do a backward split, shut the fuck up, say something. Pop lock down the Soul Train line. You gotta do so fucking
You
much.
was
Yeah, it
silly.
was
You
a
know
lot.
what? The
Yeah.
first, my first, like normally when I add, like when I started coming onto yours, I was always on the phone.
And you didn't have no
Mhm.
problem when you get
I'm on the phone too.
I I think I didn't have any problems because I had already set it up previously.
there? Oh,
Hmm.
that's why.
So once you just sign, like once you've already signed in that first time, and then if you go add to somebody else's, it's like you click the link, you go right on in.
Go right on
Oh, I'm
in.
about to
Okay.
set
So
it up
after that,
later.
it's the first initial setup. That's
So I'm
a
still
pain in
trying
the
to
butt.
figure out how to use the StreamYard period, and I got it connected to go live on Facebook. But what's the point of doing both? And don't nobody even be over there. You shit, baby.
It's
On
it's
Facebook,
a dinosaur town over there.
Oh yeah,
child,
it's
for
ugly.
old people like me, I be on Facebook.
You be on
You gotta,
Facebook.
Yes.
you gotta
I
literally
don't mess
tag
with it.
people over there.
I don't
Look that
mess
up,
with it.
See,
child.
I'm new to all of this. I mean, I've had my channel for a couple of years now, but I don't really. You guys, I come and I go. I'm not hooked on any of this. But I like Facebook.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of people up there that it's like people in real life, but if you see
Yeah.
them, they don't
Right.
speak or they don't ever call. They'll have
Yeah.
like your real phone number, but then they'll fake miss you
Girl, I'm still waiting
online.
on my auntie to call me and
Facebook
Yeah.
is
just
different.
give me her condolences for
Yeah.
my daughter dying 3 years ago.
Oh
I'm still
wow.
waiting on my auntie to call me. That was my ride or die. She ain't but 3 years older than me. You know how you was growing up with your auntie or your uncle and your cousins,
Right.
y'all was close, but she moved, but we stayed close and called each other all the time. She lost her son. I went out there to live. At one point, I didn't stay, but we was just close. She was 3 years older than me. And you would have thought by the time my
Wow.
daughter died, after maybe a week of giving me, because she in California, you would have thought and I get on her shit, or she get on something and like something and say something about the kids or whatever, or get some hearts. I'd be like, when you gonna call me? You can call me anytime. Oh, I'm gonna call you. 3 years it went by. I ain't fucking heard from her yet. Like, is this bitch on drugs?
Oh wow.
Gotta be. That's the only thing that makes sense. She gotta be on some drugs. Why the
I think
fuck
a
would you
lot of
not
us
call?
have.
Why would you not
Oh,
call?
go ahead. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, you know, after a while, I just stopped having expectations for people.
Yeah.
I just don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
I just let it be what
I
it's
don't
gonna
have
be.
them either, but we talking about relatives that you close to. Now, any other person,
Oh,
yeah,
they
it's
the
like,
main ones.
shit, not normally, because we was close. We was always there for each other. It's like it changed. But when you live in a whole other state and you don't really know what they doing, what they going through, just because you had a loss, that don't mean they could be there, because you don't really know what they going through. So I said she
Right.
might be on some damn drugs or something, and I just don't know it.
Mm.
I
Well,
went
could
out
be
there to
going through
live.
something.
I took both of my babies out there to live in like 1990. She had sent for me and got me the plane ticket, told me they
Hold
got
on, that
jobs.
auntie.
And but baby, I got there, it was a whole nother story. Renter Center was knocking on
Oh
the
no,
door.
we gotta let it be what it's gonna be with that auntie, because you told us about that. I see why. No, it is what they say. K Sarah.
What will be, will be. But I don't know what's
What
with
will
this
be?
50 Cent shit, y'all. Now, y'all know I love me some Power
happened?
Universe. I love Power Universe. Everything he makes, I love it. But I ain't never looked at him in that type of way. And you know
Yeah,
how
tell us about.
sometimes your dreams don't never be like a full, complete dream. Like some people I can tell they lying. They sit there and be like, girl, I had a dream. And they start naming every fucking thing that happened. 1, then 2, then 3. Bitch, dreams don't work like that. You're not going to be able to tell me like it's a movie. You're going to tell me the beginning, and then you might jump to you on the whole, you in bumfuck Egypt after that. And then next thing you know, you was in 3rd grade after that. That's how dreams work. They bounce around. They don't really make a lot of sense. That's how I be knowing my friends be lying. When we was younger, girl, I had a dream that me and him got married, and we had 3 kids. We had went to the store that day, right? We bought the kids a whole bunch of Nutter Butters.
Giving you all the details. Yeah.
Right. But dreams for me, they feelings. I have dreams that can't exactly true, but dreams more of a feeling. So it felt like it was me, but at the same time, it felt like I was just looking at through the eyes of the person who it really was. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been me, but it also felt like what everything else I was watching, like I was watching that little snippet from that movie and what they had said and how they did it. It's like I was really watching, but it really could have been me. But I can't remember her face. I remember him asking. This is the only thing I really remember. Him smiling, he got them long ass teeth. And him asking, what do you like about me so much? Why you care about me? That's what he asked. And I said, or she said, well, for one, you're charming, you're handsome, you're dark skinned. You know what I'm saying? I love your dark skin. And he was like blushing, like, yeah, whatever, And that's all the fuck I remember. Now, I don't know how everybody else have these full-fledged ass dreams. Shit, maybe I woke up too soon or something.
Sometimes I do. It depends. I've had dreams that I can remember all the details, but not for the most part. Like you said, you it skips around, so you don't really recall every single detail.
Right. Yeah. Not every single thing. It all depends. Like that time my brother called me on my job, and they told me to get the phone. Wherever I was working at, get the phone. You have a phone call. I get on the phone. The first thing my brother says is, get home. Your brother just got stabbed. Get home now. And I just started hyperventilating, like, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. And next thing you know, I woke up out the dream. I'm like, I'm in the bed. I ain't no having no damn dream. It ain't for real. I was relieved. Like, oh, I'm just in the fucking bed. I'm dreaming. But then I started hearing moaning. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I went to follow the mom, my brother on the floor, stabbed the fuck up.
Wow. You mean in real life?
In real life.
But
the dream woke me up. I had that dream probably to wake up. You see what I'm saying? I had that dream to wake up because he actually made it to my mom's bedroom. And that's why, you have them big ass old houses. So you go up the stairs, it's like 4 bedrooms. And you got this long hallway. My room was all the way in the back next to the last bedroom. He was actually all the way in the front. And that dream woke me up. So when I was saying in the dream, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. I'm hearing the moaning, and then I jump out of it. You know how you be flinching in your sleep and you catch yourself smiling in your sleep and all that type of shit. It was like one of those things. I jumped up and I was like, oh, I'm just dreaming. But then I heard the moan for real. So I'm thinking God made me wake up, because my mama, you need a bulldozer to wake her up back then. Well, none for wake her up. And they said he hadn't got the way he did, that he would have probably passed away. It was in the newspaper and everything.
Oh, he survived. Thank God.
He survived. Yep.
Thank God. Wow. I have had a dream about something that happened with me, and the dream it was all black, but there was a woman's voice that told me what was going to happen the next day. What the woman said in the dream is exactly what happened. Hold on.
Creepy.
My Bluetooth fell out.
Don't get up no more.
Yeah. What the woman said in the dream was going to happen. There was no image. There was no nothing. It was just a dark, like just darkness. And she told me what was going to happen. I woke up the next day. I told my husband about it. He prayed for me. And what she said was going to happen, it happened exactly how she said it. And it actually scared me. And it really made me start questioning a lot of things. Like, am I one of those people who was a dreamer? Or because when I was younger, a lot of the things I used to dream would come true. Not necessarily word for word or detail by detail, like Rock said, but something out of that dream will manifest, And even to this day, I still don't know. But I do know that one dream that I had where it was a woman's voice. Couldn't see her, but I could hear her voice, complete darkness. And she said what she said, and it came true the next day. So some of us are just, God or whoever you believe in speaks to you through dreams, a lot of times to reveal something that's really happening in the physical world,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure,
Yep.
right. Because that wasn't nothing but God waking me up for him. Because mama was
Mhm.
dead, knocked out in the bed, baby. You could have a whole bulldozer in the bedroom next to her, and she wasn't waking up.
Mm.
Now, for me to be that far
Wow.
away from them, and he just on the phone like, one of them type of moms. He couldn't really talk, and his meat was kind of hanging out his stomach.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, went to this place called the Fort. It was a place where all the teenagers and young people went to party, and he got chased, and they caught him instead, and he made it home because it was like 10 blocks from the house. So it wasn't nothing but God. That's all to that. It wasn't his time.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
after
wow.
that, he had did some stuff and we ended up going to jail for like 30 some years. He just got out 2024. Yeah. So it's a reason.
You better write a book.
Yeah, he probably did in
So,
there was.
so did this dream come about during a part of the 50 Cent dream?
No, I was just talking about a dream I had years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, 50 was last night, but that dream happened when I think I may have had one child or none at all. I don't even think I had no kids then. That's how young I was. Because I'm like
Wow.
7, 8 years older than that brother.
Okay.
So he was like 14 going to a club place, a Fort, which was number the big ass warehouse where they threw parties at. It wasn't no real club. And I was probably like 18, 19, something like up in there. Something like that.
Wow.
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
you was
dreams
out
all
in
the
them
time.
streets in that dream last night, won't you?
Girl, it felt good too. I ain't gonna lie, shit. Like
Yeah, I
damn.
had those dreams too.
And I ain't even think about no shit like that. Like of him of all people, 50.
You like, where you come from?
Right, but I love me some 50. I not to be like in a relationship or go out and nothing like the hell no. I don't like him like that. But I
Yeah.
like his whole style. I like the way he troll. I like the way he look out for people. I like the way he make these fucking series. You know what I'm saying? I would never want to date nobody like that though. Shit, you don't know what kind of shit they got going on. You get caught up in that shit. Nope, I'm good. I'm gonna stay right over here, way under that tree. You go ahead. I see you. I'm watching you. I'm watching the movie. I can't wait for Power to come on September 6th. I'm
Yeah,
waiting.
you King Troll.
I have never watched Power.
Girl, now you finna lose
Really?
your card. You about to lose your black card right now. If you don't go
Child, my
catch
black
up.
card
So,
been revoked
let
for
me tell you
years.
something. Hold up,
Many
for real,
things.
Rocks.
I ain't got one.
This
I can
guy,
revoke it all the time, child.
right? This guy was talking to. He used to watch it, and I was over there one day while he was watching the episode, and I was like, I might go watch this. and I watched like the first whatever seasons. Now I have not watched it since they changed everything up. I haven't watched it in a while, but it was a good show. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it was up there with The Wire.
It was a good show.
Different than The Wire,
I do
but
remember The
along the
Wire.
same lines. Don't tell me you ain't never watched The Wire either. Please don't tell me
I
that.
have.
Okay.
Yeah, because I used to live in Maryland when that was on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah. But the funny thing is, I don't generally watch popular shows while they're popular. A lot of times I
I like
catch
to
them.
binge watch. Yeah, me too. Me
Me
too. I
too.
prefer.
Yeah.
I would rather
You know-
wait till the 5 or 6 episodes go and then watch it.
Yeah, because
That's
I don't
true.
like
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
like because like if I watch it during the first or the second one, I feel like it's gonna get dry and boring, and then I ain't gonna want to come back.
I be
But
feeling like,
Power-
damn, why the fuck they can't just put the whole season up and let us watch it when we get ready? Because I be thirsty for the next
Exactly.
one to come out.
Yeah. I don't like the
Power
And
was
one
waiting.
the
good thing
joint.
about it, his shit ain't never been tried. Out of all them series he made, they all make sense. If you got a thing about it, you can't have bullshit on your mind. You can't be thinking about your man. You can't be sleepy as fuck. You got to be like relaxed, content. I'm finna watch Power. Ain't nothing gonna fucking interrupt me. No phone calls, ain't no kids fucking with me. And you're gonna be all into it. You're gonna feel like you part of the goddamn cast. Like you
You-
know
Got it.
them for real.
You know when they had
Last-
changed the song, people was
Oh
ready
my
to fight.
god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
They
TV.
say this is
Oh my
a big
God.
rich town.
Oh my god.
Ah.
They did Trey song so bad. Baby, I went on their site and told them you don't get rid of that motherfucking song and put the other song back with Joe on it. I'm sorry,
That's your
Trey.
trip.
But no,
Fuck that.
it was like a good series. Like when they changed that song, oh
Girl,
my
and
goodness.
guess what? They played that song. Well, the new season that came out after the first episode, they changed that song right back. That's how much flack they got. They did not.
That's
wait
how
until-
much people was not playing. They was like, we about to cancel this.
Yeah.
They was online getting mad. They
The
was
internet
mad.
is
Check on the baby, y'all.
diabolical. The internet is
I'm gonna
diabolical.
check on the baby, okay?
Okay. But yeah, I miss Power. I ain't gonna lie, like Tommy was so psycho, but he was so cool. Like I'm really about to go ahead and sign up and binge. Because I ain't
Bruh.
really binge
You
watching.
know he got his own show now.
You said what?
You know he got his own little Power series. But this the last season for his, and then they're gonna take him to a whole nother part. I think they're gonna send him to California. Here's his last season in Chicago. Because you know they made all 3 seasons of Power Force in Chicago.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's the 3rd season.
I know they changed it and all that. And
Yeah, because he was supposed to be going to California in the first place, but he stopped in Chicago and ended up staying. So those first 3 seasons, and he said that this is the last season for Tommy in Chicago. So now they finna bring out origins where him and Ghost was younger, how they started out. So that's why Ghost coming back. People don't know if he coming back to like help Tariq, like I wasn't there, nigga. I was just hitting and watching you from a distance, or he just coming back to do the origins, which was before Tariq was even born. You see what I'm saying?
Deborah says she hoped they keep his crazy butt and keep it going.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, Tommy was different. I was like, Lord.
Yeah, he was a special case, baby. That's the only white boy I could probably see myself dating. Or being friends with, rather, not dating, because he had a rough life. I couldn't be around that. I ain't built for that.
He's something else. That time when he did that to that girl he was with, that he called himself being in love with.
I was so glad. I think I had an orgasm when he choked her ass out.
You said what?
I think I had an orgasm when he choked her. I was so glad he killed that motherfucker. What took you so long, man? She was a pain in the ass. She tried to get Ghost killed. Hell yeah, choke her ass out. She paid the goddamn them Rastafarian reggae people that do hits on people. She paid them because Tommy couldn't kill Ghost. That's his best friend. But they just was having odds with each other. He couldn't bring himself to do it. And she she went behind his back and did. That's why she got choked out. Boy, I was so happy.
That was wild. Deborah said She said, girl, we drink a 30 pack of Coors Light, messing with Tommy. Who drinking Coors Light? Why would they do that to themselves?
Oh my God. I'm drinking Modelo and it's barefoot wine and some Laffy Taffy.
You
Ooh,
said
what flavor?
Modelo. Oh, so you back on the Modelo and the wine tonight?
Oh yeah, baby. I was on the beer yesterday with the Jack Daniels.
Oh, so it was a beer and the Jack.
Yeah, and there was beer and Jack yesterday. Today is barefoot and Modelo beer.
Okay. Yeah, I had to sit this one
Jack
out. I
Daniels
had
with
to
Tony and he offered me some, so I went on and drank that yesterday, and boy, it put me right where I needed to be, or where I didn't need to be. It depends on how you look at it.
She said her and her goddaughter used to drink that Coors like that 30 pack when she used to live next door to her.
But on the porch in the backyard sipping.
Oh yeah, they was having a good time.
Oh yeah.
They was getting real. The funny thing is the only people I really see drink the Coors Light is I'm being for real. And I ain't trying to be funny. I just always wondered. I was like, that thing must hit different.
Do they even make 40 ounces anymore? We used to drink 40s.
I've never drank the 40, so I wouldn't know.
Everybody had their own 40. Oh, I'm old.
Did you throw the 40? Did you throw the 40 back or did you get a glass?
I threw it back, baby. We used to go to church with our beer and shit. Fuck that. We go to Friday night service. We have our beer. And then whatever else we gonna buy, Cisco, Seagrams. If you know back then they had them brown paper bags.
Cisco.
Yes, on the floor, standing up, praise the God. Look down, make sure it's still there. Make sure it's still there. Make sure nobody took my beer. Because when we left out of Friday service, they being close to damn liquor store. Anybody got time for that overdrawn ass, taking all day to end service ass pastor shit? We got caught up before like that. We gonna wait till we get out of church and we gonna go to Pappy's right here, right next door to church. We thought we was gonna make it in time. He let us out so late they was closed. We was mad as hell. I was mad in the junkyard dog. no other liquor store close. So we started going before. At least we went to church. Shit.
Miss Deborah said we'll be drinking our wine September 11th. That's right. For Miss Rock's birthday.
And TVL, she gonna celebrate with me. Her birthday on the 10th, so we gonna do it together.
Oh, that close?
Wow. Together.
That's gonna be a party. Okay. Both of y'all together.
Oh, that night.
We're gonna get our groove on.
I'm gonna sit the phone down. Ain't pressing no buttons.
Gotta put the groove on.
But you already know what's going down.
Wow.
We're gonna get our dance on. We're gonna talk our shit. We're gonna drink our drink. We're gonna take requests. Y'all get to say what y'all want me to play. If you want me to play red wine, or if you want me to play Sarah Smile. What's smile? Or you want me to play
R. Kelly on TikTok, right?
Yeah, TikTok.
Oh, it's gonna be off the chain. It's gonna be all kinds of weirdos.
Oh yeah, baby. They're gonna be trolling.
Gonna be
Look
fun.
at this. Look at these ladies. Oh, that old lady needs to stop dancing. Somebody come get their grandmama. Fuck you and your grandmama. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh. So Rox, your birthday is September 11th. What were you doing during the attack on 9/11? What were you doing on that day? 2001.
Well, that night before was a Monday. I remember it very well.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Monday, and we went to karaoke night that night. And on the way home, we seen a dead body in the street. Yep, sure did. So I got dropped off. Wow. The girl went back up to our place. I woke up, took the girls to the bus stop so they can go to school. Came back and laid back because I didn't have to be at work till like 12 or 1. Next thing I know, I started seeing planes on the goddamn TV go through buildings. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I need to go get my kids. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's all I remember. I know I went to work though. Yeah.
Wow. So what y'all talking
about? 9/11.
I was on campus at Norfolk State. I was pregnant with my middle boy. Mm-hmm. Or was I pregnant? Yeah, I was pregnant then. Yeah. We was on campus and they shut the campus down because we already by a whole bunch of military bases, and we had all that going on in the DMV area. So they
Right.
told us to get on about our business and go home.
Right.
Yeah, at that
Hurry up.
time, yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember that crazy mess.
Never forget. They killed me with that. Never forget. But don't you talk about no slavery, no reparations.
I forget about it because they forget about us.
When you gonna make Massa mad at you if you talk about reparations and slavery and how they treating you, but you never forget that 911. That's what they planned. They did it, but still you can't forget. What's wrong with you?
The funny thing is, I never talk about it. None of that. Like, what ended up happening was when I really seen how people move on a political field.
Oh yeah, they dangerous.
And I sat back. It's literally people. I watch them on the local level, state level. So in my area, it's a family. It's 3 people. This guy has been a senator for like almost 30 years. No, congressman.
Mm-hmm.
His brother-in-law was the mayor. He's not the mayor anymore, but he was the mayor for like 8 years, right? And then the daughter of this man, of the former mayor, which would make the congressman's niece, she's a delegate now.
Oh.
So all 3 of them at some point in time was occupying spaces and doing what they was doing. And then when I started looking at like a lot of the city board, like when you go down to the city hall meetings and stuff, only time I go down there is when I want a good laugh. I don't ever take it serious.
Right.
So, damn, whoop, that sounds like a gunshot.
Uh oh. Hope it ain't.
I don't pay them no mind. They funny to me. So it's like it's a whole running joke. Like that's the only time I go in there and laugh because they just like puppeteers and they're lying. So then when you start looking at certain ones that get on those boards, like the city, like the main boards, and then like the school boards, generally it's not an election, it's a selection.
Right.
So
I think if anything is important, it's the local election.
Different everywhere.
Because them the local people that can be up here scheming and deeming and not doing right by the community. So I think your mayors and your, your aldermen, little stuff like that in your own little township or whatever, your county, that might be way more important as far as really going out to be active. But their presence that's locked. That's lock, stock, and barrel.
Yeah, they be hogging all the all they do is hog all the grant money, not the grant money, but the contracts. Most of the stuff that come on a local level, they hog it all. And they make sure their friends get a piece of the pie. They get a cut from their friends. That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's it. And then they had the nerve and the audacity to put one out recently to find out. They wanted somebody to conduct a study to find out why minorities aren't, I guess, applying, or what is the barrier between minority-owned businesses and contracting. I was like, playing.
Notice you said minority. Minority is white women, other races. Nothing is done for Black people.
No. You are, included. But what I'm saying is
no. I know that. That's my point. Why are we included? We should be having something done for us, like all the Asians had that bill passed to protect them. There's nothing done just specifically for Black people. And that's why we keep getting what we keep getting, because we're not demanding something be done, like protecting us from these rogue cops. Act like they don't have no training. I was scared. I feared for my life. He's so big and black. But old crazy ass John Paul, old lumberjack looking ass, then beat your ass and flipped you over, and y'all stood him down with a goddamn taser. He still got back up. 5 hours later, y'all still brought him out and took him to get some coffee and some peanuts. They think we slow. Everybody ain't still in 3D. I'm in 5D. I don't know what the fuck everybody else is. I am not in 3D no more. I see shit. I just don't
Yeah.
speak on it.
For sure. I'm
Yeah.
just explaining from the SWAM, like the small woman, whatever, minor.
That's why
whatever
we
the hell
can't
it's
get
called.
nothing.
The little acronyms, like the different certifications you can apply for when you are a business
And they ain't
owner.
gonna give it to you because they gonna say that the other minority, which is that white woman or that migrant or whatever, that's in that same category with us, is gonna qualify more. That's why they getting 13,000 worth of
I'm
stuff.
not.
What
That's
they
not
gave
what
us.
I'm refuting, because
They
I
gave
know a
us.
lot of people that do actually get them, and they. This is the thing. When it comes to that, a lot of people will team up. So say if I'm good at writing, if Woman Well Done is good at something else, like people will go and look at different credentials, and they generally come together like 4 or 5 or 6 deep, right? Generally, you're gonna make sure you have a nurse. You're gonna have to make sure you have a business person. It's certain people. So
Different
that's
sectors
kind of
come
how
together.
they strategically get that money, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because 9 times out of 10, you will give it to this person if it's more than one person and they have everybody lined up. That's the thing. A lot of people don't go spend the money to get the training to understand how to go about doing it. I do think that in some cities it's a daggone joke. Now this specific city, I do feel like they was playing in people's faces. I do. But local, they take all the money and do what they want to do. But on the state level, you got a little bit more playing field, and then federal, you got a little bit more.
I mean, everything's so crooked, y'all. I found out like 2001 when I used to be I had my dance troupe. Now, I worked for the Park District. I was teaching kids. I was doing physical instruction / dance classes, doing gym shows, the whole 9 yards. So I'm just doing everything within my title that don't have nothing to do with my job and some. So with that being said, I got a name for myself in the neighborhood. So that means I can go to the Abraham Lincoln Center. I can go to Center for New Horizons, and I can build rapport with them. They be like, "Oh, you teach dance over there? Or you used to? Oh, let me see your resume. Oh, you can teach us." Okay, so now they want to know how much you charge. Thank God for the lady that liked me and seen me. That was a worker there already. She told me what the grant was. See, they don't want you to know what the grant for. They want you to say $10 an hour, $20 an hour. All the time, that grant may be worth $10,000. It might be worth $8,000. Yeah. They hope they're gonna want to lowball you. She put me up on game. They got so mad at her. And at the end of the day, I end up not finishing out. They gave me half the money because they kept paying me. Oh, we're going to pay you this day. We're going to pay you this day. Now, I got drummers to pay. So I had live drummers. I had a poet coming in, and I taught the dance. And at the end of the summer program, we was going to do a whole show. But they was playing because they wanted to be able to say, oh, this grant worth $6,500. But by the time we get done paying her, we're going to have $3,000 left. And they could do what they want to do with it. But it didn't work out that way. I used every dime because, you got to itemize everything. This so much for the dramas. This so much. I'm paying you paying me $50 an hour, and then we're gonna need costumes, and then we're gonna need, you know what I'm saying, to buy music. Then I need a radio. I was itemizing everything. They was mad, but that's how crooked they are. That's what's going on now out here and here because of all the little grants and all this little money they get coming into these townships. They not doing right, and like you said, they hiring their friend for doing nothing. They getting overtime just writing in. Because I had a supervisor when I worked at the Park District. She would let us steal time. If I missed a day, she was cool as a fan with us. She'd be like, "Don't sign in." They end up getting caught up after I wasn't working there no more. To this day, they both, her and her supervisor / godmama, end up getting fired for that stealing time. They be doing all kind of shit.
Yeah, you're right. As far as that goes, even with grants, they do the same thing. I want to say 2 years ago it had got so bad because I had a lot of neighbors and they had a lot of teens and they was out here just off the chain. So I would talk to different officers, and I mean, they was trying to get me to come down to City Hall and talk about it or whatever. But I didn't want to because I really did not feel like they were going to put forth the resources because,
Kylie, put that down.
When you are able to go and really look at the entire budget to see what everybody gets from the government, They spend more money in the police department than anybody. That's why a lot of people was pushing to like for the defunding. But I went to them because I've already studied and seen they get more of the damn money. So I said to them, I was like, well, won't y'all create a grant to help some people in the community so they can create some resources for the kids to do? So one thing I did see, and I don't think they allotted a lot of money, but I did end up seeing somebody come around in a they created like a trailer or whatever it is, and it was like a lot of gaming and things like that, you know, come to them in the community that I was in, for them to be able to, you know, which I think was, I mean, it was a good idea. Right. And I even seen them probably a couple weeks ago, even though they was playing, I think, Sexy Red or something like that. But you know, the kids listen to it in their house.
Oh my God.
I mean, the kids was able to play. They had like the little you know, the virtual, like they had a lot of fun things for them to be able to do, which I thought was, you know, was nice. But I'm pretty sure whoever that person is, they received whatever the funding was to be able to keep it going. Right. And that's why I told them, I was like, y'all ran, I mean, they have community centers and stuff like that, but a lot of them aren't accessible.
Yeah. That's been going on a long time too. A lot of these centers and groups and stuff, they have kids they working with doing shows, drill team, step team, dance groups, and they wouldn't be teaching them no culture. And you know, I don't need to teach them the latest dance, you know what I'm saying, to the latest song, whatever that song was, whether it was Chris Brown at the time, you know, I'm talking about like 2012 when I was really having my group for the last time before I just pretty much retired. But I would let them have fun at the end of class and do what they want to do in the circle. But when they got time to get on that stage and learn it, I'm teaching them something they don't know. They wasn't gonna learn that shit with me. Yeah. No goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Grown ass people's music and dancing all provocative at 15 and 16. And that's what a lot of them other groups was doing. So I had a hard time getting teens because they wanted to be able to dance off of All For You, Janet Jackson, you know, all that old shit. No. If we was gonna do Janet Jackson, guess what? We're gonna use instrumental. I was teaching them jazz, poetry, the last poets, African American, hip hop, Caribbean, shit like that, and teaching them about the history of hip hop. Cool Herc, you know what I'm saying? Rappers Delight. You want to be a rapper? You like to rap? Tell me something about the history of you know what I'm saying? I was giving them some shit, and that's why we were so successful. People want to give in. Sexy Red, come on now. And I ain't mad at Sexy Red, girl. Do your thing, girl. You grown. You make your decisions. I ain't mad at you, but it's a time and place for every goddamn thing. Yeah. And you must have let her come to the church then. Y'all gonna let her go to the school or some community event. I would go to community events out there when I was teaching in Bloomington. They have a block party, and the man playing all kind of nasty songs, and I went over there and I was like, why you got this music playing? This is a kid event. This is a back to school party. Why is you playing back that thing up or whatever it was? And it wasn't a clean version. You know what I'm saying? Wow. He got mad. He ain't changed the song, but at least he knew how I felt about it, and I just ended up leaving. I ain't with all that goofy ass shit.
And you made a good point, Rox. The thing is that they think that this is who we are. They don't know how to separate what we do from who we are. Yeah, we know how to have a good time. Yeah, we know how to kick the bubble. Yeah, we know how to dance and all of that. But they don't take us seriously because they attach what we do for who we are and make that be what they present us with. Okay, that's why when it comes to campaigning, they bring in biscuits. They bringing out all your favorite dancers and celebrities and stuff because they think that is how they're going to win our vote and get our attention. But when you come to them and tell them, no, that's not acceptable. When you stand up and say, no, you're not going to play that song here because we have children here and this is not appropriate. Then I will look at you funny, okay, and say, oh, you one of them. Or
you think you all
just
that.
Ignore you. Exactly. Trust me, I've been down that road too many times. But the thing is that what we're not asking for, it kind of goes along with the whole thing about respect. You teach people how to treat you. And if we don't teach them that that's not okay to just lump us all into what we like to do as if that's all we are, we're not just about music. We're not just about shaking our tails and all of that. We know how to do those things. We know how to have a good time. Exactly.
And I'm not going to do that with kids because, you know, I like to do a line dance just like the next one. I want to get up there and do the Cupid Shuffle. I want a glass of wine and shit. Yeah, but I don't finna, not with the kids. I'm not finna do that with the
Exactly.
kids. Come on now. And
Exactly.
that's another thing. If you notice, every time Black people get together, whether they protesting or I remember when that Kanika Jenkins case was going on, they was outside their hotel protesting, the mama, her family, and all the supporters. And baby, before the end of the night was, guess what they was doing? Juking and doing slides. All you gotta do
I
is turn
believe
some
you.
music on and put some hot sauce in front of Black folks, and they forget all about the
Yep.
cause. Ain't nobody got time for all
Yep.
that shucking and jiving. We're here to take care of business. You
Mm-hmm.
done shot Mike Brown. You done killed Tavon, what's his name? Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin.
Ain't nobody got time for all that dance shit, all that catering to us. Fuck that. That's our business. When we get together, do what we do after the funeral, or you know what I'm saying, at the family reunion,
Right.
that ain't got nothing to do with what we ask. We ask for reparations and protection. We asking for stuff
Right.
in our communities to help our kids. They so far gone now to how you think if you was to start really get an organization so our kids can go to have fun and learn something, they don't want to go. And they already been
Yeah.
selling drugs too long. They don't want to go now. Now you got to
It
catch them when
is
they
tough.
5 and 6, 7 years old.
Yeah,
You can't
it's
try to catch them
tough.
when they 14.
It's
Yeah.
tough because this, it's easy to bend that tree while it's small, honey. Because when they get big, I literally had a neighbor prior to this one, her son, and I had it on my camera. His friend tried to break my door open with a crowbar. I
While you
got
was
the
home?
video.
Oh, you
I
wasn't at home.
put it back up.
You were home?
I wasn't home. My kids were here,
Oh.
but
That's worse.
Yeah.
they, how some people think, oh, ain't nobody. It's always somebody at my house. I don't play that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you just got to do that when you know where you live.
Yeah.
It's sad, but so I was out,
Stop. Move.
but my video came up on my phone, and I started looking, and it was so, child. Let me tell you how stupid these ninjas are. So you got to come upstairs, right?
Look under this chair so you see the
He
top.
called himself ducking coming up the stairs. Ninja. The
Look
camera
under
still got
Look
you
under
coming
this
up.
part over here. All my juice and stuff.
So then you can see them because you can tell they came up to the top of the stairs. And they still bent down.
In the bathroom.
And you can hear like this struggling at your door. I'm trying to break my door.
Crazy.
Because some people just kick it in. But the way that it's set up, it's like a banister to the side. So you can't really, get no kind of leverage. Like the person beside me, now you probably can kick theirs in. But he crouched down and you can just hear the door. So at that time, I started calling the people on the way there, and I was on my way home. Child was flying down the road because I was gonna tear his ass up.
Mm-hmm.
So the way it was set up, it was basically the boy's cousin. So the boy that was under me, he was a mulatto. His mama was white. So they get away with a whole lot before they go anywhere.
Oh yeah.
So and I had already seen how he moved. I seen how his little friends come over, whatever the case. So this boy was his cousin on his black side. And he would be in the neighborhood or whatever. He had his little book bag on, and his hair, he had like a flat top, and he had like, you remember back in the day when Kwame had that blonde piece? He had like one of them flat tops. So he had a big old streak down the middle. So I was able to identify that when he was on the camera.
Oh, yeah.
And the backpack that he walk around throughout the neighborhood in. So I'm telling him he's out here on a regular basis. And after he did it, he was still coming out here.
Right.
So the white girl downstairs, she's going to say, he bought from the property. But bitch, your son need to be barred from the property because your son told him when I would be gone. That's when he started coming and hanging with him to be nosy.
Right.
Your son went and took your dog out before it went down to go use the bathroom. And then he went in the house to try to play it off like he didn't know what was about to happen. I got your son up there too, because he be with him. Mm-hmm. And I told her to her face, I said he could get it and your son can get it too. And I could tell she was a little tweaker. So she was the type of mammy that didn't care as long as somebody brought her something, because she ain't even had no damn furniture in her house.
Oh wow.
Because when she moved in, I ain't never seen no type of assistance to get her in or out. You know how somebody move in one day and they gone the next day and you don't even know how the hell they move? That's what she did. Girl, I was so goddamn bad. But, and the crazy thing, it took a while for them to even take, because like, you know, they will watch them as teens and let them do things. And they just want to wait till they get older so they can lock their ass up.
Exactly.
It's no type of interventions like that for real.
Prison the pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally had
pipeline to prison. I mean, I said this shit backwards.
Yeah.
We knew what you meant.
I had 3 people that I could show them that was the ringleaders. They even had little kids roped in it. I seen little kids walking around with crowbars at 8 years old trying to open people's stuff.
That's
with my own 2 eyes.
And they don't be the world's dumbest criminals. You're gonna steal from other poor people. You ain't even got sister to go somewhere because you too scared. You know what I'm saying? Black folks scared. They mistreat each other. They'll forgive somebody like Dylan Roof for shooting up the people in the church. Oh, God said forgive your neighbors. But I'm saying, I wish anybody in my family, God forbid something happened to me, whether the police do it or somebody of another race or anybody, and they get on TV talking about, so well, we want y'all to forgive, not I'll raise from the dead and haunt the shit out of all y'all. Because that's not what I would want. I want revenge. They talking about forgiving Dylan Roof, and Dylan Roof said he didn't want no forgiveness. But you the same black people that soon your girlfriend piss you off and don't loan you none of her aid check or give you no link, you ain't speaking to her no more ever in life. But you forgive Dylan Roof. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit.
Man, I was so glad that lady left. I ain't know what to do. Like, and then when he would disrespect her. It had got so bad to one day he was like calling her all kinds of bees.
No, she was embarrassed.
I was ready to go get her myself. I said, but that's her child. He don't talk to me like that, so it didn't matter. When he seen me, he would speak to me, and he had respect. Because I don't care.
That's the thing about living in a apartment building or real close to people, like your apartment or your townhouse so close to theirs that you get to see everything, and they bringing all that drama, shooting craps, all their friends there on the porch all the time, loud music. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's the part I be fearing.
And then people, they kids be out there doing what they want to do. They just don't care what they do.
It's glad they ain't in the house. Go on outside, go.
From sun up to sundown.
That's crazy. I'm too paranoid for that.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm saying.
I have to take my children out myself, watch and see what they're doing, bring them back in myself. You're not just go out there and play while I'm in the kitchen cooking. I can't. We're living in different times. We were able to go outside when our parents was cooking, but you can't do that today. It's just way too much. It's way too much.
Yeah,
but they tired of them themselves. That's the thing.
I
don't know why they ain't tired of screwing though. Won't they close their goddamn legs? Like my grandmama told my daughter before she died. My grandmother told my daughter, you know you can fuck without having a baby, right?
Yo, my stepdaddy, he told one of my friends this. Oh my God, it was so hilarious. It was true, but I was like, I cannot believe he said this. He said to her, he said, you ain't got to get all of them a baby.
Right, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
And that's my sentiment too. Everybody that they date, they fall in love with. Ain't nobody got a trial time to see like, well, I dated him for 3 months. He just my cup of tea. No, you ain't gonna know. Everybody they date, they give him something to. They cooking for, and he can move in. He kicking off the shoes. He eating the kids' snacks. He playing the kids' game. And then 6 months later, it ain't working out. He got another girl pregnant. You mad? Or he went to jail. So now you done moved on and possibly screwed one somebody he either know or was close to him. So now you a thought. You know what I'm saying? All that old
But
goofy
you know
shit.
what? That friend, she took that jank, like she took it with stride. She didn't feel no type of way about. She loved my stepdaddy. We weren't even talking as friends, but when he passed away, she was like the only major friend that came and pulled up, and she was there the
People
whole
like
time.
truth tellers. People
She
love
loved that
truth
man like
tellers.
he was her
Yeah,
own daddy. But he
yeah.
told her that. He was like, you ain't gotta. I was like, man. He told her, then he'll fry her a fresh fish.
Right. Right. One
Wow.
ain't got nothing to do with the other. I'm gonna tell you,
But
Yeah.
I'm
he,
gonna get you together. Here, go and get yourself a soda or something.
Mhm.
Take them a couple dollars and go and get you some chips and some sodas, baby.
yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Mhm.
He fried her.
And
He
that's
will sit
that's
there.
that's a tough love that's missing today. A lot of people don't have no shame. They don't
Right.
have any type of pride, any type of dignity, no type of self-respect. All
Right.
that's out the
Anything
window.
goes. Whatever you
Anything
want to do
goes.
in that moment, just do what
Yes.
you want to do.
Yeah.
That's
But
why.
he knew that's what she needed. He knew that's what she needed. And she never had a father.
Mhm.
So, he told her, he was like, listen.
And sometimes that's
Hell, he
all some
probably wanted
people
me to
need.
hear. He wanted to tell me the same thing too. But this thing is being receptive to it. She
Right.
Right.
she wasn't even mad. She still came over.
But she will be the type that'll grow eventually. See, sometimes we think that when you tell someone something that's truthful, that you have to see the change right away. You don't. You may never see the change in your lifetime,
Right. You
but as
plant the
long as you
seed.
plant the seed,
Yes.
exactly, you
Yeah.
Plant the
plant the
seed.
seed. Someone else comes along and water it, and so on and so on. Okay, so what he said to her, I don't know if she had any more children after that,
Oh no, she
but
did.
Hold on.
well,
She did.
there you go.
But that was number
Okay,
four.
okay.
Maybe he didn't say it early enough, but he put his foot down and told her, and she ain't had
Hmm.
no more after
Yeah.
that. I
Sometimes you
think
got to
that
speak
last was a rough
directly.
pregnancy, so she really ain't had no more after that.
I just never
Yeah.
thought about having babies like that. I want my idea of my life visualized. I visualize me as a young woman wanting children one day because that's a natural thing for a woman to want one day in her life.
Mhm.
Of course, the husband would be great. You know what I'm saying? You have a boyfriend, y'all get serious, you have kids, you get married. You know what I'm saying? But I always
Mhm.
visioned I wanted two daughters. It wasn't about, oh, I want his babies. Oh, they gonna have good hair. Oh, I love him so much. I want to have kids by him. Hell no. I wanted two daughters and I was
Right.
through. Two and I was through. I didn't give a damn who I had him by. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? If he really was to dissect everything, but I never was the type of person that get out here and down them or say anything to anybody in the family or nothing like that. They know, I know, we know. It ain't that serious. They say he ain't fucking with me, so I don't care what it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want no child support. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I want to be left alone. Now, if it was a regular person working a 9 to 5 or in a band, you know what I'm saying, got some goals in life and spit some jewels and show some love and have some maturity, then it'd be different. But half these people, they be trying to act like they want child support for or talk about they deadbeats. They ain't worth being around no way. It's too scary to even have your kid around. Every time my daughter, kid's father will take them away, for a couple hours or for overnight, they come back hurt. Because his ass wasn't
Oh
paying.
wow.
He's a kid himself.
Mm.
Mm.
So why even bother with it? You got to deal with a real man and a real woman, and y'all can co-parent together when y'all decide not to, be
Yeah.
together no more. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
all that using the kid as a pawn and shit like that, like a
Yep.
lot of them do. That's why we ain't seen our
Yep.
kids' father, because since the mama dead now, he ain't got shit to say to the 3 kids that he claimed to love when she was alive. I want my shorty. I want to come
Mm.
see my shorty. I don't have to be with you no more. I just want to see my shorty. We see him one time. And I get
Wow.
$11.22 every week for one child. Please.
That's
Uh,
crazy. Mm.
yeah, it's
For
absurd.
me, I always wanted children. I always wanted children. I knew it early. I wanted it to happen early before I got married. The relationships I was in, we actively tried. I wasn't necessarily waiting for marriage. I was just waiting for it to happen. And it didn't happen. No matter what, we tried and tried. I went to my doctor. And at the time, the insurance carrier that we had, they required for you to be married before they would do like a fertility testing.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember leaving the doctor's office that day, just feeling so defeated and just like, man, this thing
Oh.
is never going to happen. But then once I just let go of the whole desire for it and just continue to travel and do different things that I had a really good like life. Like the 20s, I lived completely. The whole dream that a lot of people have and they want, I did all of that. So for me, I just one day say, you know what? I have to make up my mind to be happy, whether this thing happens or it doesn't,
Right.
right? Because there are a lot of people who do treatments and it still doesn't happen. So I told myself, you know what? Whether I ever have children or not, I choose to still be happy.
That's
And it's
right.
like as soon as I made up my mind to be happy, no matter what the circumstances will be, that's when my husband just ran into me while I was reading a book. It literally happened just like that. I was reading a book and my husband walked up to me. At the time, I didn't even know who he was. But little things like that, when you just let go of your will to just want something so badly, because
Mm-hmm.
the people who I wanted the children by, like you said, Rox, I wasn't necessarily looking at this particular man like, oh, I want to have his babies. It was just in within me that I wanted to have children.
Right.
Once I let go of the desire to have children and just decided to be happy no matter what, continue to live my life until it happens, it seemed like it just happened. My husband
Right.
found me. I was reading a book. He found me. I wasn't really interested, but he took my number to introduce me to some business that he was into. Yeah, 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 whatever. And then years later, you just never know how things are going to happen. And then 4 months after I got married, I wasn't feeling well and I didn't think anything of it because I had never been pregnant before. So I didn't know what to expect.
Right. You know what to look
Well,
for.
and then I said, I'm feeling really different. I took a test and I could not believe it. I just couldn't believe it. So you just never know what your life is supposed to be like. If who knows, the life I wanted when I wanted children early to be able to still be young while I was raising them, right?
Right.
Even right now, I'm in my 40s and just had another baby. So for me, it's just kind of like, man, I wanted this thing to happen early, but that just wasn't the plan. And who knows what those men would have been like? Who knows what my life would have been like? I
Right.
mean, who knows what the struggle would have been? I just don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like you just can't, you just have to just be patient and just
Mm-hmm.
let go of your will to have your way. You know what I'm saying? And just be okay with wherever you are. You have to just be okay with that until, and even if it doesn't happen, because that's what I told myself. If it doesn't happen, I just have to be okay with that. And then that's when it happened.
Absolutely.
I had a friend like that. She didn't have her first baby. Well, she only got one baby, but it was 36 she
Mm.
had it. 36 weeks.
Oh
That she knew
wow.
she wasn't gonna never have no baby. Yeah. I think her
Wow.
son like probably 12 years old now. But it took her a long time to have a baby. She was taking on
Mm.
everybody else's kids, being godmama and trying
Me
to raise
too.
them and taking them place. She was one of them. You know how that godmama that be with
Yep.
everybody's kids? That's what she was.
Yep. Being a favorite auntie,
Yeah.
being everybody's, like you said, godmother, all of that. And then when I had my first daughter, none of those people were around. No, nobody came hardly to the baby shower, and everyone knew how badly I wanted children. But it just go to show you don't give your all before it's your time. And I tell a lot of young girls this who don't have children, who's always like, "Oh, I want to be your baby's godmother," or always being the favorite auntie. You better save some of that because when it's your turn, those same people will turn their back on you or may not be available to help you the same way that you help them to watch their children, be the only one to show up with birthday gifts to the birthday parties and all of that. None of those
But it
people, and
come
it
in
may have
another
been,
way though. You notice that?
it does.
Somebody
It
might have
does.
helped you a lot. You never helped that person. You just wasn't in the position.
It's
But when
true.
the time came, you helped somebody else. It's just, each one teach one,
True.
pass it around.
True. True. That has happened too, where complete strangers will pour into you and you're like, what? I don't even know this person. But
Right.
complete strangers will pour into you. Yeah. So life is strange. Life is beautiful. About reparations though, what do you guys want cash or do you want other things? You want tangibles? What do you guys want?
I want land.
Me too.
I want it all. How I gotta
Land
pick?
and no taxes.
We want it all. We want the land. We want some cash. We want some credit. We want everything that they have gotten to get them where they are today. so we can have a foot
Yeah.
in. You know what I'm saying? I want more link. I want every goddamn thing. I want some fucking cash on the car. I want some link. I want $15,000 worth of link. I want like $1 million.
Did you say link? You talking about
Link.
EBT?
I want link. I want the
What's
fucking
link?
mule. I want
Is
the
that food
land.
stamps? Link.
Yes, I want it all. Shit. Don't just give me no fucking few $1 million. You done gave all the food stamps away and we struggling and pitching and bad enough. I mean, it really don't really matter because at the end of the day, I'm about 15,000 worth of goddamn unreal food. So it don't really matter. I'm just talking shit on that part. But yeah, give me them millions, give me that mule, give me that acres. You know what I'm saying? Let me build some wealth to pass along.
Yeah.
Reba said, "Give me what's owed." Yes,
That's
give me
right,
what
Reba.
you owe me.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Better have my money.
Shit.
For me, I would love a no taxes, tax-free, living for the rest of our lives, for the rest of our generations.
They owe us
Because
that
you own
anyway.
land, they owe us that anyway. The
Yeah.
same way that they are currently paying the native peoples of this land, okay? All those people who live on the reservations, a lot of them, they don't have to worry about taxes. They don't have to worry, they gave them their land. So they just have to worry about their upkeep, okay? So I do want no taxes. I want the land, and yes, some sort of financial compensation would be nice.
And we want them out our
Some sort of
business. Stop fucking with our food and fucking with our schools. Let us do our own
oh
thing.
yes,
Well, that's a part of getting your land and
yep.
you know, getting into agriculture. That's one thing my stepdad always had a garden.
Mm.
He literally he was sick on his way out of here, and he would take buckets of water because the land was a little further down, a couple lots over. He would go over there and water that garden
Mm.
till he couldn't no more. That was one thing. Even with retiring, when he worked a job,
Mm-hmm.
he always grew, and that was
Mm-hmm.
something that was instilled in him, growing up.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good skill set to have. It's a
yeah,
good
and
skill
like
set.
I
We're
still
gonna
have
need it
like
again.
pictures
Mm-hmm.
of him out there with my kids, showing them how to till and do different things
Mm-hmm.
like that.
They cut all the damn trees so we can't get no more fruit. So they can
Yeah.
sell us the damn poison, the poison soil. It was a time that you could just be vegan or be vegetarian, and now everything is tainted. The air, the
Yeah.
water, the food, the veggies, the meat ain't meat for real. Them
Yeah.
so-called
Mm-hmm.
organic burgers, that should be all the missing ass kids. That's what the hell y'all eating on. We eating on.
God forbid. No. See, the thing is that
That's why they say
it's a
pray
lot
over
of.
your
I
food.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the thing is that it's like, man, no matter which end of the spectrum you're on, as far as like what type of food you buy, what type of food you grow, what type of food you eat, if you're not doing everything yourself, all of it is a gamble, even including yes to organic. I said that in a previous video or post that, okay, I'm just trying to choose the lesser of two evils. Like we still
Right.
don't know. These companies get paid to slap labels on everything.
Yes, they could be lying
Even
about them
years
labels.
ago, I'm telling you, years ago, I used to shop at Whole Foods when I was a single woman. So this was years ago, even when they didn't even have many Whole Foods markets around. I remember being confused when I first walked in. You would see, they don't have it this way now, but back then, you would see right beside the organic spinach, they'll say conventional spinach, organic spinach. I'm just standing there like, huh? I came in here so I didn't have to make the choice. I could just come in and trust that I'm paying already for this high expensive food that you would have done the process for me. Now I gotta stay in here and still read the labels. Are you for real?
And the codes, you
So
got to know what the codes mean on the stickers of the
I'm telling
fairs,
you.
all that shit.
Uh, so but they don't do that anymore. They just simply tell you organic, or they'll just have it. They don't have the word well, to my knowledge. The last time I was there, they don't have the word convention and all that. They just have organic food and then just regular food. But the point of it is that it's just all about choice. For me, it's like I'm not so much big on what I put on the outside of my body, but I'm more so concerned about what I put inside of my body to the best of our knowledge. They could be lying again, and they probably are, just to get an extra coin. But I read something a long time ago that said just 100 years ago, all food was organic. You didn't have to tell the difference. But now,
Right.
because of production and greed, they put they put all these different chemicals and things to grow the food faster to meet the demands. Okay, so
Yeah.
anyway, that's a whole nother topic that can just take hours to even explore by itself. Reba said, my mom sure believed in planting her gardens. We had a peach and pear tree, so she preserved jellies. Yeah, that's good, Reba. That's good. Yep, yep,
Yeah. And you know
yeah.
what? Lately, I have been having a hard time finding some real peaches.
Yeah.
So you mean
Last
to
year,
tell
I could
me
find
they
them,
ain't no seed in the peaches out now? That big seed ain't in there no more?
but I saved me some from last year.
Child, I wouldn't eat it if it didn't have a seed, a peach without a seed.
I can go cut one open right now that I left in the fridge just to show you what they look like now.
Child.
These
It's
people are
like
evil, y'all. And I
when
hate
you
to even
cut it
call them people.
open, it's like a plain looking seed pops out of the middle of it. But on the inner part, it's brown as if it was a whole seed, but the seed is broken apart.
Like it was split in half. Wow.
It's not a real seed. I said the
Ah,
peaches, and I love
Child.
making peach preserve, and I love canning
Mm-hmm.
peaches. I'm so mad,
Mm-hmm.
but I did find out about an orchard that's like 45 minutes away from me, and they got half
Mm-hmm.
a bushel for like $42.
Half
mm,
bushel
mm, mm.
for $42. Wow.
Half a
But
bushel.
well, I mean, you can do so many things with peaches. You can make the peach cider,
Yeah.
the jam, the jelly. So yeah.
I was like, you
Wow.
can't even get no real peaches.
Try grapes with seeds. Child.
See,
See,
these
growing
folks,
up.
they doing all this because they not even humans. They are aliens. They goddamn sick. They demons and aliens, and they eat people,
Reptilians.
and they eat blood, and they drink. You know what I'm saying? They eat bugs, so they trying to give it to us because that's what they've been doing. That's how they've
Look,
been
you talking about them
surviving.
reptilians.
Yes,
That's what
Queen
I said, the
Elizabeth, all of them.
reptilians.
Real talk.
Shonda said, hey everyone, I'm back trying to multitask with cooking Sunday dinner and being with y'all. Child, my parents kept the garden. I know that's right, Shonda.
What you cooking
I'm
tonight,
about to go
Shonda?
to
Shonda had that roast jumping last week. Yes, I had went and put me one on and made me some. What is it called, Bira? I had cooked some of that the other day. I was like, shoot, don't nobody eat it but me. Kids won't.
More
Well,
for
I can't
you.
eat that because I used to love eating like French fries and stupid stuff when I was younger. And my,
Yeah.
like
teens
everybody.
like,
When we got grown, we like greens and all that shit later.
Let me go check on the baby, y'all.
but okay,
Okay.
but I had to eat that because my mama at some point in time, she would cook on Sunday, but throughout the week, you was on your own. So we weren't about to thaw no meat out.
Right. Shit.
Yeah. So
My mama make chili, spaghetti, and she'll make greens and stuff for my stepdaddy, and she'll buy pizza and shrimp or order little stuff. And he used to make us eat the greens and stuff. Now we talking about 7, 8, 9 years old. We didn't want that shit. He was so controlling. He would not make her not be able to let us eat the shrimp or something like a sandwich or whatever. He gonna make us eat the goddamn greens and hog, pigs, feet, and all that dumb shit. We didn't want that. My grandmother used to come by. If we couldn't go over her house on the weekend, he'd be like, nah, y'all on punishment. Y'all can't go over this weekend. So my grandmother would get on the bus and come and take us to the grocery store. And back then they had them paper bags, shopping bags with the handle, them big ass. Now how they got them plastic bags with the handle now you can go buy from the
yeah.
Dollar Tree. They had paper bags like that with the name of the store on it. We all would have one. Me, my brother have his own full with his junk, and I have my own. That was her way of like at least giving us some junk since we couldn't see us for the weekend. He was just being evil and ornery. And then we couldn't even eat the shit. That's why I couldn't stand about women like that. I mean, I never hold against my mother like that, but at the time I had a mouth, so I was gonna speak up and say what I had to say. But at the end of the day, I'm not out here talking about some shit that happened when I was 9 years old. How she didn't let me eat my snacks and my mama do all that old dumb ass shit. But women are out here really allowing men to come step in their homes and run their shit the way they want to, whether the man is right or not about some things, like keep the house clean, the kids need to be in a certain time, they need to be disciplined, do their homework. That's a good thing, but that's what shit mama should have been doing before the man came. Why is it that some women always want to act like they want to do the right thing when they got a man, but as soon as they ain't got no man, they partying, they don't give a damn what the kids do, they ain't got no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Like I used to say, like my friends, like they think, you know, I have a couple of friends that they be just lazy and not really giving a shit or whatever. But when they got a man, they kind of changed it up. I'm like, you should be doing that now. You should be preparing as if when you get that man, you already living the way you need to be living. So he know how to treat you. He greeting you already day one, seeing your nails done, your hair done. You know what I'm saying? You got a bright attitude and you got a smile on your face and you got hope. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't telling your life story. Within 3 weeks of knowing, he know every damn thing. He know all your spots. He know where your mama live at. He know your stepdad touched you. He know everything in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Too much.
And you know what? The sad part is, you know, it takes a couple of times for you to learn what to share and what not to share.
We so trusted.
Because you really don't anticipate on nobody using it against you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is some of the sickest, vile behavior.
And this is shit we not being taught. They so busy trying to teach us gym and how to fucking count. Shit we should already know naturally. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to play. You're going to get your exercise in, especially as a kid. You're going to jump around no matter what. They so busy distracting us with stuff. Some of the things are important. Don't get me wrong. But some of that stuff, the things we really need to been taught, that's why when we graduated from 12th grade, if you didn't go to college, all you could do is work at Zayres or Walgreens. You couldn't go get a job where you can pay your rent while you in college.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way. The fuck you
Yeah,
go to school
I was in
from
school
the
and I
time
had
you
to
5
still
years
work
old.
full time.
You go to school since the time you 4 and 5 years old to 12th grade. That's a lot of years not to be able to go fucking get a job after you get out of high school to be able to at least make enough to pay rent, if nothing else.
Yeah.
You can, you know what I'm saying, get by a side hustle, mama help you out because you gonna start college part-time while you working this job to pay your rent. You want to be independent, or you might want to stay home. And Black people feel like they got to put their kids out at 18. That's fucking ridiculous. If they want to be grown and disrespectful, yeah, get the fuck on, do you. But if you're still trying to strive and make it and, you know, and get shit in order, and then you leave maybe 6 years later because now you about to get married, you got your degree, you got this good-ass job, that's the time to leave. You don't leave to go struggle.
Yeah.
Just to end up back there anyway. You're going to end up back in mama's house anyway, trying to be grown. But a lot of kids want to leave when they 16, 17, 20, even though they're not ready.
Wanted to be grown.
Because
And
they
I
want to
went
go
on about my
they want their
business.
boyfriend to come over. Because if they ain't got no boyfriend, they love being in mama's house. In that same room they've been in all their life. But as soon as they get a boyfriend, they got to set up something so John can come over. It ain't instead of him taking her out her mama house. I got you, girl. You 18 now. You can come on. I got a good job. And you can go to school. You can work part-time if you want to. You can come to your mom's house and stay for a couple nights a week. Then come over. You know, you grown. Let's do this the right way. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Building slowly the right way. No. She too busy trying to get her shit together for him to come. Whether she got Section 8 or she just going to work a job and struggle. Hell fucking nah. I stay in my mama's shit. I'd rather deal with her shit than deal with his shit.
You know what? I couldn't deal with mine. So, you know, everybody don't have the same, you know, thing.
Right.
But I do have my middle son, which is 22. He's still at home. And my aunt just joked the other day and said he ain't ever going nowhere. But and then also I had talked to his dad a couple weeks ago, and I was, you know, he was like, well, you know, if you ever need anything, just let me know, because you know, just on the strength of, he was like, you know, it ain't even got to be on no we got to be together, nothing like that. But he did. That was one of the things he said. He said, my son still lives with you. And I said, but he grown. He said, well, you didn't put him out when he turned 18.
Why would you do
that?
And
I really didn't even think about that, because I mean, I'm pretty sure he has other children with another woman, and I don't know what she or
what's
doing.
Put your kid out of 18 shit. I'm confused on that. Why you got to put your kid out of 18?
Well, some people been waiting for that.
I'm not talking to you, Tony. I'm talking to on the live with somebody.
Oh.
I'm not talking to you.
I don't know. It's just a thing with some people, because everybody don't do the same thing. Some people will, let them stay there till they graduate college or figure out
That's
what
part
they're
of
going to
that
do with their
condition I was
life.
talking about earlier.
Hell, they even help
condition
them
you
with a down
to-
payment on a damn condo, a house, or whatever they get ready to go get. To help
So
them get
if
the
they
hell
got to
out
get
and
out
be
the house
stable.
at 18, they should be prepared to be out the house at 18. I'm all with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Some kids ready, some not. But they should be at least have the option to, because the school that we all trusted these motherfuckers to do for our kids since they was 5 years old, and now that they fucking 18 and ready to graduate from 12th grade, they should be able to come out and get some type of job because they prepared them to get out at 18. But that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
It don't make sense. And that's by design, because we trust our children to them because they have put and conditioned us to think, not to think. What to think, not how to think for ourselves. To be a worker, to make the 1% stay rich while you struggle. It's normal to struggle. It's normal to have a helpmate, whether you with them or not, like that, or a roommate. That's why college students are getting apartments together and they both paying $800 a month for the same apartment you will have and pay $600 or $500 by yourself. The same 2 bedroom. They ganking them. It's all a fucking scam.
Shonda said, "Child, wish I would have stayed in a child's place. This whole being of adult is super ghetto. I highly recommend people stay in a child's place." I wish I had that option. I really do. I wish I had it.
Yeah, me
but
too.
it was
I hate
unbearable.
that for
It was
who didn't have
unbearable,
no good
Shonda.
relationship.
Even
you
let me tell you
such
something.
a sweet person. You so smart and talented. I hate that, you know what I'm saying, that you didn't have that. I just don't see you being no problem kid like that to what you deserve.
And the funny thing is, she told me that I never really gave her a problem. Listen, so I remember one time, this was like at the end of 2020, and I was living in these apartments, and I was trying to, leave to go and actually move to where I am now. Now, these ain't no better than them, but I just had to go. The management was crazy. And of course, we had a lot going on. So I stayed with my mom for a month. It was so bad that I went to the lady in the office, because I had never lived with her again after I moved out at 18, 19. As soon as I finished school, I graduated in June. I think I had an apartment in October. So I was trying to get the hell on.
I know that's right.
It was so bad, Rox. I had gave her half of whatever her, bills were. I even gave her even more money. Right? So it wasn't a money thing. It was just, I could not do it. My kids were unhappy. And this was all in 1 month. I went to that office and I told the lady, I said, "Ma'am, I would take an apartment that got a roach problem. Because one thing I can do, I can get rid of roaches." I said, "Even if it ain't the best apartment y'all got around here, I'll take it. This is an emergency type of situation. I ain't live with my," and I even told the lady, I said, "Ma'am, I have not lived with my mother since I moved out as a grown woman. I ain't never lived with her. I can't do it." Man, that lady found me something. It was that bad. I was like,
that's
"No,
good though. You had enough
like
sense
she
to
was
go
not
do
gonna
that.
drive me insane." No.
So like, was she just like complaining? What was the problem without really?
She's just not an easy person to deal with. It's like it fluctuates, and I have not found the diagnosis for it yet. But I remember my stepdaddy saying that he had the meanest woman, and he named like 4 cities, surrounding cities. He had the meanest woman in those cities. I swear to God.
But he loved her though. He loved her.
He even mentioned one of the cities that it's like a sundown town, honey. He included her ass in it. I said, God damn. But she's just not an easy person. Sometimes it's
But what happened to her
but
though? Do you know her backstory?
who, my mom?
Yeah, what happened to her as a kid?
We talked about that a little. Well, I mean, I think it's a lot of details that she's never unpacked. You know what I'm saying? So with a person never fully unpacking all of that stuff, that's a lot to deal with.
Right.
And so I was able to unpack mine. I had to unpack mine my damn self, and I had to reparent myself and recoup from her. Because I was not gonna keep, like, I just felt like I was being tortured and abused, and I just wasn't here for that shit. And I don't give a damn. Like, you know how you are raised by somebody that's strong, but they're too damn strong. And then when you become strong enough to let them know that you ain't gonna take their shit, that hit different. But I ain't even saying it in that way. I will leave. You will not hear from me. You, child, 5 years be done went by. I act just like I don't know you. I promise you. You're not gonna fuck up my life. You're not gonna fuck up my happiness or my peace. So that's one thing I'm not willing to negotiate no more.
That's crazy.
Reba said she got her pots and pans singing now. Baked chicken, sweet peas, mac and cheese, cornbread, and the VIP.
Beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Potatoes, tomatoes. You name it.
Shonda said what she was cooking. She said she got them beef kielbasa's. She said she doing it simple this Sunday. Red onions, yellow, and red potatoes and sauerkraut, homemade bread on deck in the morning.
Go ahead, girl. I ain't mad at you.
Yes.
I ain't mad at you.
She said, Shonda said, woo, I was just telling my daughter last night I was living my best life in college. Money showing up in my account every Friday, brand new car. Then boom, I graduated.
Who said that?
It got ghetto, girl. It got real ghetto real quick, huh, Shonda?
Who said that? Oh, Shonda.
Yes, it got real. She was like, it got real after that. It just went downhill. That grown. She said being grown. She said she wish she would have stayed at a child's place because it's ghetto being grown. Maybe she meant she would have stayed home longer.
A whole new meaning.
If it was an option, I could have, but I just could no. And the crazy thing is, I left home before my older brother. He left shortly after. And I think, he felt some type of way because he was the oldest and he should have been able to leave first. And I was like, well, this ain't no damn race. I'm just trying to get the hell on with the rest of my life. That's what I did.
Ain't no
my personal place. Yeah.
I just can't I can't even visualize not talking and seeing my daughter. You know what I'm saying? The one that's still here. When the other one was here, it was just like we was just ride or die, like sisters. Like, of course, mother and daughter relationship, but that's how tight and close we was. It was like a day we ain't talking. That's not gonna happen.
Everybody is different. I couldn't fathom. I know I couldn't fathom it. But some people aren't the same.
Right, I know. That's what my whole point is. It ain't no diss against the people that's different from me. It's for me to have a reality. That's my reality, to wake up like, goddamn, everybody ain't like you. Do you understand how the world is? So many people got so much going on that you can't even fathom of their reality. And that's their reality.
Yeah.
And everybody's reality change. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, how you feel, what you describe and what you have told me, and how you feel, you know what I'm saying? How you discuss with other people. That's a whole reality right now. That's it. It's been that way for a while.
That's real life.
God forbid you should lose one of your children. Do you think your world been shook up? Shit, you might not even want to come on this app for a whole month. You know what I'm saying? You might want to be here 24/7. It's just the whole reality. It's going to be like you stepped outside to a whole nother world. You're not going to feel the same. That's that feeling in your stomach. Every time you hear a sound, you're going to jump. You know what I'm saying? And that's just examples. So it just made me really take on a whole new respect, not to be judgmental, not to or be in my own little cocoon. But bitch, this is real life. People really going through shit.
Yeah. You know what? Know what I did? like mentally and physically I was able to do, I was able to grieve people that were alive. Like have like, you know how like people go through the steps in the process of grieving any
Mhm.
type of loss. I literally learned how to grieve grown people that's alive. I done buried them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And you know what? It was a hard process. You said trust and believe. Myself and my two brothers made it through. I have double bachelors. My brother under me has his PhD. My baby brother's a bachelor's. My parents didn't play. I know that's right, Shonda. Like I said, I had to do a work for me, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you continue to let a person, and I generally would say like play in your face, you know, because that's the way we use it nowadays.
Right, right.
But I grieved it, and then I started to show up more for me. Because I spent so many years and so many, so much time showing up for others. And just like when Woman Well Done was saying that you looked up and it was nobody around.
Right.
If that made sense. I spent many years picking people up. But when I failed, I never had anybody that gave me that same energy. And it's not just parents. I'm just talking about friends,
Right.
family members, just all types of connections. And then I had to say, okay, well, that's life. But the sad part is being, I guess you could say, raised by a person that's so strong because they had no choice but to use that to make it and be resilient in their life with what was given to them. No, I never will fault a person for that.
Right.
However, everybody don't have the same skill set. Everybody did not learn the same way. Everybody, like you said, everybody got their own struggles. So Shonda says she's struggling with the loss. See, I didn't lose mine though. She's here. But I already grieved it.
Well, that's why you feel, but the real proof gonna be when it happened, because it's gonna happen. It's a matter of, will you go first or will she go first? And you go first, and she dropped like to her knees and just will never be the same again. Really be in the nut house somewhere. You just never know. And now some people, I just don't understand how people just bounce back after losing.
That's not my reality. You don't understand to the level I have grieved. I'm being honest.
No, I'm not denying
just
that.
saying,
I'm just saying, until you actually go through it, though. It's just like, say, like the people
you have to understand there's a different level of connection. Let me break that down.
I get that. I do.
Your
I get
connection
that. I do.
It's not my reality.
But it's nothing like experiencing it for real. You can visualize it in your head and tell yourself that you buried them and all that stuff. And you might it might very well be like that. But when it happens, just like when you see your friends, your close family members that you may not see that much, but that was your auntie and she was good people, and you see them passing along, and somebody like me, now somebody like you, it wouldn't affect you the same way because, like you said, you buried them, certain people already, whether it be your mom or whoever. But me, I was thinking like I was heartbroken for them, and I was heartbroken for me because I knew I was going to be next. I'm going to have to go the same road that she just went through if my mom don't outlive me. So that broke my heart before I actually went through the heartbreak of losing my mom, because I knew it was coming one day. Either she was going to bury me or I was going to bury her. And when it happened for real, it was like a whole nother reality. It was worse than what I thought it was going to be. That's just for me. But for you, you might bounce back. But what if it's one of your kids?
You got to understand, if this is what people like. You don't understand how much work it took for me to deconstruct everything and rebuild. So this is what I had to accept and realize.
Mm-hmm.
I was told as a child that my parent wished they had 2 boys, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. So I shared that, right? I
Right.
shared that. And to live it and live your life for many years trying to show up
Don't
and
take none of that
prove,
stuff out. It's a wrap on
you
that.
know what I'm saying? I don't have that in me
Put
anymore.
it up.
That person died
Mm-hmm.
many years ago.
Yeah, after
So
saying
this is
something
what I
like
have
that,
to say to you.
I feel you.
Because it was not that type of connection, people have to really understand and get what happens to the disconnection, during that part, right? So
Mhm.
I am grateful because I had a step parent that basically took on a different role. I had a babysitter that basically raised me for those important years of my life. And she was an older woman that was very, very, very knowledgeable, and she dropped a lot of wisdom, right? And then my stepdad came later. Well, no, he came when I was about 5. But throughout the years, he was more of a parent than my parents, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm a firm believer that happened for a reason, if that makes sense. So when he left, that was hard.
Oh.
Okay? Because what you have to realize is I was able to see the difference in her acting a way when he was present,
Right.
because this was never the person that was really that parent to me prior to, right? So when he left, she went to go grieve, and she really did not want to be bothered. And that's okay. You give people their space. But when they come back around and then they turn around and then you know how people will try to trauma dump.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen, I promise you, I listen to people when I let them talk, but you can't project nothing on me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live in that space anymore. I'm spiritually, I'm in a whole nother place. I'm disconnected. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I relate
Because
to
I
no.
know
Now I
everybody
get it.
played their
I get it.
role.
I
I'm
get it.
grown. They played
I
their
get it.
role.
I think I feel the same way that you're explaining this. I can understand it better because I'm relating it to my situation. Where your sound go, girl?
What sound?
Oh,
Can
okay.
you
I
hear me?
didn't hear you. I didn't hear you
Okay.
at first. I thought, yeah. Now that I'm sitting here visualizing everything, I'm like, what she's talking about is what I'm experiencing when it comes to my situation. You already know what I'm talking about, right?
You said pray for healing. I'm healed. Am I not making my point? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not going
I
through
know what you're
anything.
saying. I get it now. Because
No,
somebody got on my
I can be
somebody
very
got on my
passionate and I can
post.
talk about things and I can relate. But like I
Yeah.
said, I had to learn how, like I had to unpack so I can rebuild myself.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
I'm okay
sure
with
get it
that.
now. I get it now. The only difference
Yeah,
is
like
you talking about mom and certain things like that.
I had to reparent myself. You got to understand it was a whole pruning phase. I had to, you know how
Wow.
like some people talk about how their flesh have to die so they can go do all this other stuff. I literally had, like, for years.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a tough phase to learn how to go and give yourself everything you wanted and you needed that you never got. That shit ain't easy. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I'm being misunderstood, but
No, I
I
don't
really
think you're
don't
being
care.
misunderstood. I think it's and I don't think what she said. I get what she's saying too, because when I make my little post saying what I say about, you know what I'm saying, my situation, people automatically just go to a level of sympathy and empathy and want to pray for you so things will get better for you in that situation. Now all the
Yeah.
while you're good with that situation, you just talking about it at that time. You see what I'm saying?
If I wasn't good, I wouldn't even be able to talk about it. Child, I'd be
Right.
somewhere crying in a corner.
And
All
it
the
just, I
pieces.
just thought about that because somebody got on my post today and said I shouldn't talk about those type of things because God can bless it and fix it. I don't want it to be fixed. I'm good where it is. I'm just only
Yeah.
talking about it because it happened. Something happened. It's just no more different than me coming to tell a story time. It just happened to be about this situation with this person. But when you mention certain people, it's like taboo. It's like, oh no, mom. Oh no, husband. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? It's like they automatically get in defense mode and sympathy mode. Like, oh no. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal. We got to pray for them. That marriage
Yeah.
got to get corrected. No, it's, well, you know what I'm saying? And no, the fuck it don't.
But you
No, it
you
don't.
know what? Remember when, like, and see, that's why a lot of people, they get kind of triggered when I say that some of the things that PM say are valid. Like when you say the scapegoat, I was like, girl, I was a scapegoat for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I was that person. Every time something went wrong, it was so much easy to blame me. And the thing is, with me not knowing that's what was happening to me, I accepted it and I wore it.
Right.
It was times where, okay, my brother moved out of town many years ago, and he would come in town, and I wouldn't even know that everybody is like meeting over at my mom's house, and they over there having a good time.
Right.
I wasn't even invited. We was grown. I lived around the corner.
Damn.
They even invited my one of my exes.
Oh, damn.
That was, yes. This went on for years. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Child.
I can't make it
Now,
up.
that's wild. That's
And
real.
I was
That's
like,
real
damn.
wild.
No, this is I told you the other day, I was talking to my aunt, and my aunt is kind of like, and I think that was what I had to accept in that dynamic. I was the youngest. So at that time, it was so easy to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then my aunt, like, she's older than me, of course, but sometimes I will have to remind her of who we're, and it's not just like talking about nobody or whatever like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I have to shine a mirror and remember how I grew up. And she was like, oh yeah, that was like, she can recall a lot of things. And she would come in and try to stand up to my mom with her being her youngest sister. And then she had to remind me of a time that my brother as a teenager came to call himself to check my aunt because my aunt was taking up for me against my mom. So my mom has been a bully her whole life.
Damn.
If that makes sense. I'm really trying to break it down the best way I can. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my aunt, she was on the phone last week and we was just talking or whatever. And she was like, can you believe it? I let her live with me for a whole year. I didn't even charge her rent. And she just had a birthday party on a party bus. And she invited, one of the other siblings and didn't even invite me. I said, well, hell, I didn't even know she had a party. What did you say? So I just bust out laughing.
Didn't invite neither one of y'all.
I was like, why are you surprised?
You see what you're describing, what you've been through, and I get it way more better than I did maybe the other 2 times we had talked about it. You know what I'm saying? The more you hear stuff, you might start to get, I got it in my gut this time. But the difference is, I would expect you to be out here wilding out, saying my mother's this. And when we get on the subject, not necessarily just come making content about it, You not that. You got a beautiful spirit about it. You just telling what it is, what it was, and how you feeling now. You know what I'm saying? How you heal.
Yeah.
You couldn't even tell that the relationship that you have with your mom or don't have is existent because your spirit is so beautiful. And that's the only thing that people got a problem with PM. Because we're not saying that she's not telling the truth, but what she don't have a right to do is come out here and lash out at other people and be mean and nasty. Because in turn, people get up unalived on Facebook lives and different social media lives every day for less than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She just got to be very careful. Other than that, her content is her content, be it boring, be it whatever it is. No, but go ahead, keep doing. You keep showing the little Walmart runs and Dollar Tree runs, all that boring ass raggedy shit. Them views so damn low, it don't make no sense.
I said, so she an interior decorator now. Go ahead, girl.
Showing them 50-cent cups at the Dollar Tree. She running out of ideas. Them views, she had videos of her 5 hours, only got like 60-something likes on that content. She said herself on the live that her views been low.
Yeah.
But she just keep posting. That's right. Keep posting, keep going.
You gotta do the work. And you know, a lot of people, they call it shadow work nowadays, or whatever the case may be. It's whatever you want to call it. But you have, like, in order to, like, just like when Woman Well Done was up here talking about how she just let things be the way it was going to be, and then all of it just came into place.
Right.
Everything fell into place the way she needed it to.
Yeah.
So it's no different. And people get shocked when I say, you know, I've grieved people that are among the living. But you got to understand, some people are dead, even though they living.
Right. Right.
You know, and you know, again, a lot of things come into play. Like, I've met people that I've talked to that literally, and I have a family member. And the crazy thing is, I don't even know if this family member knows that I know this, but I will say that at some point in their young adulthood, you know, teen years, how can I explain this? The guy that her mom was dating was married, right? The guy was messing with her as well.
Damn.
And, you know, at first, you know, when the story was told, it was more so like, well, damn, did she know? Or did she not know? Or did she not care? And you have to really understand, some women don't care.
That's crazy.
And that person, like, literally survived that.
That is insane.
To this day. And not only that, they have not been able to have children.
Damn.
They was in they actually got pregnant by that incident. I think they made her abort it, but as time went on, you got to think about, you know, a lot of people don't believe in generational curses and things of that nature. And like I said, that was a family member, right? So that's the dynamic of some of the women that was behind me, that were before me. Not behind, the hell they behind me now, because I don't have it, you know, whatever. But
like, for my
man, being honest, like, those you got to understand, when I was younger, maybe because I was able to see things spiritually and I was able to pick up on things so much faster, it was as if my voice was taken away from me when I was young, if that makes sense. And I lived fearfully under her thumb. You see what I'm saying?
You had to be a nervous child then.
What? If I told you the type of things that as a child, I would not tell her anything. I would not tell her anything. No. And I think that's how I was able to be such a secretive person in certain aspects of some things, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, people also have to remember that you are as sick as your secrets. I don't have no more secrets. But what I'm saying is, that's what it created in me. And if I continue to live that way, I would not be able to speak right now. So that's,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I try to explain it the best way I can. And
You did a very great job of that too. You really did.
I don't know if I maybe I was holding back earlier, because you know what,
Mhm.
this is how I guess this is how I am. When it comes to certain things, you know how like you spoon feed people
Right.
and then you build up to like, give a, better understanding. Because
Right.
sometimes, a lot of things can get lost in communication. So I really don't want to be that way. So I don't mind
Mhm.
clarifying, going back and, making sure I'm
Right.
making
Right.
myself clear. I don't mind doing that. Because, a lot get construed and lost in translation. So
Right.
yeah,
Have you ever did a story time about it, or you just wait to like when we just having discussions? That's the only time you have actually talked about it, like how we do
about what?
about your childhood and that relationship. You know, how people do
Eh,
story times and stuff like that.
I don't even think it's worth it.
Right.
Like, I mean, everybody has a story. I get that part.
And you just
But
passed it. That's all. You just passed it. There's no need to
yeah,
revisit.
I just feel like, just because I have a story and I'm telling my story, you got to think about there are other people around that would not be able to handle what I would say and how I would break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Child, they be ready to fight me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got to lay them down. So
Mm-hmm.
now, while I understand that sometimes when you share things, it can help a lot of people. So that's why I'm able to like share examples and, talk about certain things. Because like I said, I've been through a lot, but, you know,
Right.
yeah, I ain't trying to be like her. I don't want to be out here telling all my damn business. Shit, all money ain't good money. As you can see,
Right.
her ass broke. She done told every day. She done bet her whole soul
Right. She ain't got nothing
to
else to
social
tell.
media and
She ain't
still
been on the
broke.
earth. She ain't even been on the earth long enough to keep telling whole. You know what I'm saying? To keep them stories going. She gonna have to twist them and revisit them and hope she got a whole nother crowd that
She
ain't
done
never heard
told
it before.
everything. She ain't put it in a book. She
Mm-mm.
just told it all. So if
Them
I
check,
was
them
to tell
social
my
media check,
story,
that
it would
social
be
media
in a
check
book
finna be
and it's gonna
real
be a
light.
page turner.
She better. She be lucky if she hit $5,000, $8,000 for social media. Way them views looking.
Well, shit, she done already did everything. Like even when she comes back and she go tell another one of her mama's secrets, don't nobody even care. They be like,
Right.
girl, you done told everything.
Well, everything going on. That goes to show you how out of touch with the world she is. That little story, those shit she be saying and repeating shit. We done heard way shit worse than that. Our minds are not distracted by that shit. We'll listen to it now. It don't hit the same way, Peach. Maybe somebody brand new and young and like, like that lady that's singing. And I'm telling you, she might. I think she'll fight for Peach. Shit, the way she was
Oh
on
my
that damn video.
gosh.
I think she'll fight for her. I mean,
Let me
literally throw hands
see.
and probably win.
That lady crazy. That's something different. She up there singing songs to Peach. I was just like,
Right.
what?
And tagging Loretta Brown, tagging T-Pen, and naturally Katina, I think it's her name. She tagged all
Yeah.
them saying,
Like,
leave Peach
why?
alone. Leave her alone, baby.
Them people can talk. That girl put it out here. And see, that's another thing. I
Stop.
do have to be
Stop on me like
mindful
that.
and, careful and selective of what I do share. Because you already know we on social media. People can't nobody use my past against me for nothing.
Right.
But you know, I can remember talking to a dude that grew up with me, right? And of course, I mean that fizzled out. But he talked about something that happened like when we was teenagers or whatever. And then I looked at him and we was grown. We was like 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him. I said, well, I'm sorry that I was an angry, hurt, and bitter teenager that was struggling to try to, you know, process all the things that I had made through at that point. And he was just looking at me like, damn. Like he felt so stupid for bringing it up. I think he was talking about I hit him when we was playing basketball or something.
That's
I
a
was
red
like,
flag.
nigga.
The fact he brought that up was a red flag. Run.
I was like, why would you bring that? We 30. Like we grown. We what?
He got underlying issues with you.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I'm like, well, if that's the case, why are you dealing with like what? But
he dealing with you so he can make you pay. He can bring it up, you know, so you can get him some pity cootie kid. I'll just say you sorry for something happened 50 years ago, and you ain't even that old.
And no, the funny thing is, I had talked to him recently, and he, you know, he's still talking like, you know, like that'll ever happen again in life. And I had to I told him, I was like, well, you know, I've been celibate for like at least the last 2 years. So that ain't even really been important to me. And he was like, you have? I was like, yeah. Like I've done that many times in my life throughout my 20s, my 30s.
Right.
I sure as hell know how to do it in my 40s.
They so slow. See, they more the men are more, oh, I want that feeling by any means necessary, and they don't relate it to nothing, whether they're having a bad day, they got fired, or they in love, or they hate somebody, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, they have a new walk with the Lord, you know, it's not, it's just that. That's it. We receptors. So once we get so much reception and we ain't getting nothing out of it, we just getting put in, and it's not helping us, it's not nurturing us, it's not growing with us, it's not being loving to us. We're not on the same page. We just keep depositing shit that I can't get nothing out of. So we start thinking and we start clearing up our thinking and doing things differently and moving different. And they can't understand that because they still can relate to you as open them up and bending it over and not thinking nothing of and having a great time. We passed that. We're constantly growing and evolving. But they still stuck there when it come to that. That thing between their legs gonna let them go as far as the fucking second floor on the elevator. It's a wrap. They still
that's why they got to go get them a young girl or something to go do it because I ain't got this child.
50 years old sending dick pictures. Come on now, you know something wrong with their ass.
Oh no, you ain't gonna send me no picture, but it was interesting because it was like he went down memory lane. Like, you know how if you've been around a person for a long time, they will be able to try to pull at your heartstrings.
Yeah.
But it was so much growth that had happened in the last 2 years that, you know, he would never know about because I wasn't telling him my business.
Right.
It was a different level. So, you know, he got to showing pictures throughout the years. And I was like, damn, that was 2015. Like, he's literally I'm like, nigga, you done got new phones and everything since then. How do you still have these photos?
He put them in his Google.
Oh, these is my favorite pictures, right? And then he's sending them to me. I was like, why? What's like? I'm pretty sure you done moved on and you done did a lot of things in between that time. Well, you know, ain't nobody like you. Well, it's time to move on.
Mm-hmm.
You should have thought about that back then.
All right, get the fuck on. I want to hear that shit.
Yeah, it's time to get your memories.
That shit don't mean nothing. It's just something. Oh yeah, I remember that too. Oh yeah, I'm about to go ahead and cook this chicken. That's where we at with it. They still stuck in the past. Remember what you had on, the perfume you wore. You know what I'm saying? The mole on your back of your neck.
Was cute in them pictures too. I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Right. We can have a good memory and still will have a good conversation with them and don't mind checking in or them checking in on some old like, oh, you like family to me now. We go way
Yeah.
back. That's what we be on. They be on some old, oh, you think we can ever get together? I sure like to give you a kiss, or you know what I'm saying? Remember that time we used to kiss all the time? All that stupid ass shit. Get the fuck out of here.
It was just child. I guess I didn't give the response that he expected. Child, I ain't heard from him in weeks.
You ain't gonna hear from. Oh, she's woke. Oh, I can't give her.
Child, he probably in the bushes somewhere on the lives and stuff. I ain't heard from him in weeks.
Like good shit. Good riddance.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Just the thought one of them motherfuckers touching me make me want to throw up. Shit, dirty ass, smelly ass. Fuck that.
Why they gotta be all that?
Shit, cause that's what I'm overall. I ain't talking about everyone, because there's some good smelling motherfucking fine men out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that thought of just that. Cause I know I've seen them, I had them, and I love looking at it, and that's it. I don't want no parts of it. I don't visualize. That's why I don't understand why the fuck I dreamed about 50. Well, I know fuck what I dream about 50 Cent of all people. Anybody, but I don't know. Maybe I'm suppressing some emotions back. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, what he was working out in the gym, girl. What he was doing?
He said, they say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part.
I've been wanting to watch it again. I think I'm gonna have to go binge watch that. I gotta make time
start
for
from
it.
season 1, baby. Watch all 6 seasons. Hit your popcorn, your wine. Shit. Hopefully your neighbors don't start acting no food to distract you.
I've only watched the first. Remember the first show that came out, and that was like how many seasons? Like 7
That
seasons?
was in 2014. They had all together 6 seasons, and then they went to Tariq, his son. Yeah. And now he on the 4th season, and they finna come back on September, and it'll be the last season for that because he graduated. He's in college. It's been 4 years. He got to move on. So I don't know if they're gonna put him. Oh my Lord! I got
a lot of catching up. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it.
He was like 11 or 12 years old when it first came out. So now he's 23 in real life, but he playing like he, like a 19, 20, 21-year-old. He just only a couple of years behind for real.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. That would be a lot for me to catch up on.
But it ain't gonna feel like that. I just binge watched the shit, and it took me about 3 days to binge watch a whole fucking 6 seasons of Power. But you be sewing, you be doing other stuff. I don't have as much.
Yeah, I used to have that kind of time. I
just don't be doing
it. I can't do that no more. I used to love it. Like I would probably like prioritize it and watch it throughout the week.
Yeah, watch like 2 or 3 episodes a day, and then you catch up.
Yeah, I think that's why I might have to do. I don't know, because I don't want to fall asleep on it, but I have to catch up on it. I
don't wait till you get like really relaxed at nighttime. Like right now, I wouldn't try to watch like we get off this live unless you just can't sleep. You like feel energetic.
Yeah.
Then I will. But if you feel like you real comfy and within the next 20 minutes you're gonna be asleep, I wouldn't even try to watch. Just wait. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the most out of it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be going to sleep. I'm going to bed.
Them type of series where when you watch the first season, and each season got like 10 to 12 episodes. Now you on the 3rd year. You feel like them, so one of them dies, like you mad, like fuck what? Rest in peace. You be rest in peace in their ass all on social media. When somebody died. When they killed Tariq's little sister. That shit was heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was terrible. What happened to the little girl?
She confronted this dirty cop, told him to leave her brother alone, and he took out a gun and took her ass up out of here. Like, damn, I couldn't believe they did that. Because we didn't see it coming. That's how good Power is. You never see who coming next, what can happen. Who would have thought they would have took out the little 12, 13-year-old girl? God damn, y'all ruthless. But that's real life.
That was a good show.
That's what I liked about The Wire. It was based off real Hush. It was based off real characters in real life. So anybody could get it. And they like, oh, that's the main character. He's not going anywhere. She okay, main character. And the only reason why they killed Ghost off is because he was asking to be like more included, more money, and they should have gave it to him. He made the show. He made the fucking show, and they need to bring him back. They need to make it to where he been watching Tariq all this time, healing and getting his strength back together. And maybe on the last, maybe the third, it's only gonna be like 5 episodes for it to be over.
So they got rid of him for good?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he been gone ever since 2020 because it wasn't because of that's how they wrote it. They had to change the writing because they got into it with him, with the real actor. He was trying to get more input, and they didn't want to give him his props or pay him, so they killed him off. He wasn't supposed to die like that. So now they're trying to figure out. They want him to come back, he said, but they wasn't giving him what he wanted. They wouldn't let him put the input in. He deserved that. That man had made that show like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He that criminal that you love to hate. Then him being fine on top of it made it even worse. You know what I'm saying? So all they got to do, though, they even brought dead people back all the time. There's a couple people that died that really wasn't dead. And we thought that Laura died because the car went in the water, but by the time the new season came, some man with a dog called it, and they got her up out of that. They can spin this any type of way they want to bring ghosts back. And that's what they need to do. Bring them back right before you end it for good. And they can go off to the sunset, father and son. You know what I'm saying? And we'll never know how it will go because it's over with. That's all I want to see. And then bring it back origins when he was a teenager, him and Tommy, show us how they got in the game. I will watch that.
Ain't he fine, Reba? That's what I was thinking. I ain't even said. I was like, Lord, I used to love that show.
Yeah, because it'll be too hard to keep up to bring Ghost back to continue Ghost on a new episode as far as like, okay, a whole new season. What y'all gonna do? You got to bring him back to make it make sense and show us what he been doing all this time, working out, healing, how they actually moved him from one spot to another, who helped him cover it up. They would have to show us all of that and then end it with the season of this never coming back on again. Because if it was gonna come back on again, how you gonna make it better than that with him back? What you gonna do? They fucked it up, but they can bring him back just to show us that.
They need to bring him back in spirit or something.
Yeah, child.
Ooh, good.
They need to go and hire my ass. I'll get on the board and tell them how to do it.
Go tell them how. That's right. Get it straight. Organize that thing. That's right.
That's right, Reba. Fine ass goes. They can hook up with Tasha and baby girl. Yep.
So they gone too?
They still in witness protection.
Oh,
it's crazy.
I ain't been around. I would have to. That's a lot of catching up.
No, it's really not though, because I'm telling you, it's only gonna be a lot if you got a lot to do. But if you're gonna take that one day just to watch 3 or 4 episodes, you're gonna get right in line. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna become as you ain't gonna have no choice of like, I ain't watching no more of this shit. You're gonna be so invested that you're gonna want to continue. Whether you wait 2 or 3 more days before you pick it back up, but you're gonna pick it back up. Next thing you know, you're gonna be like all in tune and know what the fuck going on and know the characters. You know what I'm saying? Feeling some type of way about shit.
Child, you done sold me Power again. Just like Woman Well Done that sold me the cruise.
The what?
She sold me the cruise tonight.
Oh, I ain't never heard of that one. What's that?
No, we was talking about going on cruise ships, and she was just talking about,
okay.
And then now you done sold me going back to watching Power.
Mm-hmm. I swear, I just binge watched it. I watched the whole thing from the first season to the 6th, and then I picked up Tariq's show from the beginning. I stopped after the 2nd season. I said, well, the new one's gonna come on in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna watch the last season. So when they come back on September 6th, I remember what happened on the first 5 episodes. Now they come back to the last 5 episodes and they'll be done. I don't know if they're going to kill Tariq off or what. That'd be crazy if Ghost came back and, you know what I'm saying, at the end, but Tariq ended up dying. That'd be crazy.
I'd be so lost. But you know the funny thing, I used to like to sit back and like blaze, but the way I would watch it, I probably have to watch it a couple times because I be done forgot and got lost into that. But I used to love watching it.
And what
But
first we couldn't even fathom them actually taking Ghost away and letting Tariq pick up and have his own show. We want to beat Tariq's ass a long time ago. We hated
yeah,
Tariq. We hated him.
he
He was
like
talking about
him.
that on the interview, how people used to hate him, see him in person, cuss him out. He couldn't understand. Like, it's just a show, you know. But now we grew to love him.
Yeah.
He has evolved. And so even though I don't appreciate him killing ghosts like that, you know, but yeah, we grew to love him now. Shit, they got a way of doing. They got some good ass writers on that show. They
I
just
know they
fucked up
do.
when they gave Trey Songz. I want to try to find that version of Trey Songz just to make fun of it. I want to see if I can find that shit.
Don't do Trey like that.
Yes, I've got to make fun of that shit.
Don't do Trey.
50 was trolling anyway when he had him. Come on, go to the studio. I want you to go on there and tweak out this big rich town. Go ahead and put your spin on it, man. Yeah, we want to.
Cause the first person was Joe, right?
Yeah, Joe.
That was Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I ain't
that's
gonna lie, I
still
love
Joe.
Trey. I'm gonna love Trey forever just because he from VA, but we need that Joe version. That Joe version hit.
At least Trey is a pretty good actor. I seen him in a couple of movies. He did pretty good.
Who you talking about?
Trey Songz. He did a
Oh, he
did a
was in
couple of
there.
movies. Brothers. And
He
he was
stay
pretty
in
good at
trouble. He always in trouble somewhere fighting, child.
that. He was a police officer though in this movie. He did good.
They always it's two things. He always in the thing. They say he done took some stuff, some cat, or he fighting.
Oh
Them
God,
two
yeah.
things.
That's them drugs and shit. They got them all on. Shit. They either cloning them or putting them on drugs. Shit, they ain't sold they soul, baby.
That's
They
the
ain't
same
work.
thing with Chris Brown.
Right. All
It's
of them
those
gone.
two things that always get caught up on.
And they give it to them on purpose so they control them.
Uh-huh.
They don't want nobody sober. Shit, you ain't gonna be able to put out no more records. Oh, you sober? You a Christian? You love the Lord? You want the kids to be somebody? No, get sexy ready here now.
Get back in order. He out of order.
These are call my phone. I'm out of order.
You was girl. And she around here about to get them damn chairs. Them kids gonna tear them damn cheap ass chairs down to the ground.
Right. Just bad shit like she's shopping for a dollhouse. Girl, this is real world, motherfucker. You need some sturdy ass wood and old grandma slave furniture, goddamn it. You need shit made out of bricks, bitch. You don't need no cushion.
She need them heavy wooden chairs. You know the ones that they put in the where I know because I was working here in the crazy place. The people when they get mad, they too heavy for them to throw. That's what she need in that house for them children. I ain't lying.
For that.
Mm-hmm. She them up. I'm telling you, like I swear it was this dude. He got mad one night. I ain't lying. It was the full moon. I never forget it. He got mad over some food. Girl, he picked that goddamn chair up, and it was like a it was a living. It was not a living room, but an eating area. But it was like a double patio door that you can like push against to go out in the back of the house, like a little deck or whatever. He took that chair and threw it at that door. Dang. It didn't break the door. I was effed up about his strength, how he was able to pick it up and throw it. In that moment, it showed me how strong some people get when they, they off.
Especially when they take that medicine. They really be strong. Somebody said that on her post when she picked up that chair. It's like, damn, your ass strong as hell. You picked that up with one hand. She
did it with one hand. They said you picked that chair with one hand.
Incredible
your strong airs. I seen it. And then I'm like, you around here pulling them things off the shelf, knowing damn well you ain't got no money to buy none of them. No, you in a transit living situation right now, girl, because any day they gonna knock on their door so they can see them 9 toothbrushes and them 9 pairs of goddamn shoes at the door.
We had a call from someone saying that you guys have 7 kids in here and you didn't put them on the list and you didn't say anything about a husband. Is this true? Because we normally would ignore this, Well, we got like 100 calls, literally. We counted them, and we just said we had to. We just let it go because Friday it was just jumping. The phones kept ringing. We just decided to wait till Monday, let you have the weekend. But we need to investigate this. And I see you have a lot of kids here. You cannot have these kids. It's against violations. We will get in trouble. We will be fined. We did not sign off for this. So we're going to have to break your lease. We're going to give you 30 days.
Girl, they gonna get her 72 hours of vacay. Ain't gonna be no 30. That's a fire hazard. That's a safety hazard. That's according to the state.
Right.
You supposed to have 2 to a room.
And we found your social media page. So that was another way we confirmed this. We didn't just want to come to you without any type of investigation because we've been getting these calls. And please comb that baby's hair. Oh, got a big ass chocolate.
Please, yes.
Oh my God.
This is a complimentary pair of damn clippers. Shit, damn right. They're gonna get her them on the way out.
Oh shit.
But you know them people that she done took that money from. They own it. Like we laughing and joking.
Right.
But it's somebody that's for real own it. As we speak.
That's the Addams family. That's why that married me. When I see their ass looking all crazy like that, everybody hair all over their head. Baby got a chocolate bar, nose snot running all out, his eyes low as fuck, her hair all over her head. And
this is like eyes low as fuck.
Yeah, his baby eyes is real low. You know how you can tell a baby got a fever or something, you know? That's what it looked like he got like a cold. Because when they be in their apartments, they probably blasting that air conditioner. And that ain't good for that baby. You know what I'm saying? So now he didn't call it cold because it's too cold in their goddamn apartment. Everybody at different temperatures. She hot, Wood cold, the kids hot, the baby cold. Shit
he
going on.
He's just holding on.
Cold. He was eating that candy bar. I caught it. That motherfucking snot was hanging damn near run down his nose. But it was so fast. You have to catch it. Yeah.
But you know what? That could go on too with them other ones going to school and coming back home.
Oh shit.
She said, "Yeah, them people mad about their money. And she finna get dressed."
Yeah, because it's the principle. It ain't about it's $1. That money adds up because if it's all about $1 and $1 ain't shit, or $21 ain't shit, and $1.69 shit ain't shit, and $5.55 ain't shit, then it wouldn't have helped her. So it adds up though. It ain't just my dollar, your dollar, his $21. It's everybody combined together, and she was able to get over $1,000 for those $21 classes. She said I made she made $1,200 from them Wake Up with Peach classes. And she went right to the store and bought her kids school shit. Eating. She doing everything she should have did with money that she had that belonged to her that she earned. But she didn't earn it. She finessed and scammed people for it. That's why ain't no good gonna come to her ass. Everything she do gonna fail.
Listen, I feel like CC is over there doing the Lord's work and the Lord's research.
Hallelujah.
Okay. Because some people so mad. It is funny because some people are really, really mad, but you know what? It's a lot of people in the cut peeping it because they on that phone.
Oh yeah, they pick up a phone quick, baby.
Like I really, really believe.
What's that shit Dave Chappelle said on this show? Should have never gave you niggas cell phones.
You can't play with everybody's money. You can't.
Okay. Some people
you know
mad
what I'm saying?
and they in her mind.
Oh, it went number $21. What if that was her last $21?
Fuck you mean? Shit. It ain't number 20. And that's how Peach feel. I only charged y'all $5.59. I only charged y'all $21. So I'm gonna get y'all a partial refund. When, bitch, you done got paid twice since you said that. Ain't gave nobody nothing.
Oh yeah, she got TikTok check and she got Facebook check.
Yeah, and she ain't gave them nothing. You ain't lying behind.
That's what she did to that lady the jerk her.
Right.
She never gave that lady her money and she seen her in public.
Damn shame to be so rotten to the core. The lady, I watched her video that she said Peach is rotten on the inside to the core. How could y'all give her anything? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just get tired of hearing people say, well, y'all know how Peach, Peach should know how she is. What the hell they got to do with it? Yeah, we got to hold them accountable for giving her money. The ones who knew better, who actually follow her and hold her up. Yes, hell yeah, we don't feel sorry for that because y'all knew. Ain't no you should have known. You knew because you follow her. You a peach patcher. You know exactly what you was doing. But that still don't give her the right. It ain't no, oh, we know how she is. And she know how it is out here in these streets. You're going to get your head peeled.
Yeah.
Shit.
And then everybody don't take stuff like that lightly, and they don't take it lying down. And then it's one thing to say, you know, it's one thing to do it. And like if nobody knew about it, you got up here and said, I don't give a what.
Right. Like she
So
tough.
you basically teasing them after
She
you
thinks
did
she
it.
tough. Fucking
That's like
goofy
pouring
ass.
liquor on the wound. You can't do, you know, things to people and then pick and choose the
And we don't
consequence.
want to come cry about how your feelings and this happened and Wood and my mama and I feel like a failure. Girl, them tears please don't mean shit.
You said it what?
I said, them goddamn tears. After all that shit, I don't give a fuck, and I don't give a fuck, and then next thing you know, she get on here crying, talking about she feel like a failure, and I'm tired. Wood ain't helping me. All that old bullshit.
But
My
then want to go
trauma.
ahead and dump it on everybody else.
Now everybody should say at the same time, just type in her comments when she next time go live talking like that. Yeah. We don't give a fuck anyway.
Yeah,
Everybody should say that.
man. I get her. We had what we said yesterday. Get her 5 days before she jump up here, trying to sell another e-guide.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna do nothing but go in there with the same videos, and you know.
I can't wait until she actually see from her views being so low. The first time your views be low, and then 3-4 days later they start coming up and they balance out, and you still got a decent check. Cool. It ain't hitting her yet. When them views stay low, like for that whole month, like how sometimes we be like, I ain't getting no views, and it go on for like 3-4 weeks. When it go on for 3-4 weeks with her views staying at only like 300 likes, and you know that's low for her, that's high for me. For her, that's low. She had to do 3 weeks or 4 weeks like that. That check ain't gonna be shit. She gonna have to sell some ads, some classes, some dreams.
Don't nobody want that tussy.
I'm blind man will. That
But
man that want to
Wood,
take her on a date, he want it. She can wait till he get his Social Security check because he sure look like he get a check.
you know, she like that kind of stuff. But you know, she she liked it so much she kept on going and going and going. So I don't know. What I do know, them young folk ain't gonna play with her.
Not at all.
That
Not at
throat
all.
on the market, yeah. Put that throat on.
Oh hell no! I know motherfucking well. She did not. What the fuck is this?
Where?
She got a whole Hold on.
Uh-oh. She on the scene, y'all. Breaking
She
news.
put a whole. What in the fuck is this? What in the fuck? It look like a dead body made out of white, like Casper the Ghost, stuffing in the tub. She didn't buy a whole cushion, like you know how you sit a cushion on the chair for the lawn. It looked like a body made like a cushion, a cheap ass cushion too. She put it in the tub, so I guess she can sit her fat ass in there and have a cushion. Girl, this looks so fucking slow. Decorate with peach. Girl, I added 2 new things. Girl, sit your dumb ass down. You just add
I
more shit you
seen it.
have to pack up when you time you to go. Definitely keep those paintings. They go well. I keep them pics. Just get you some brown or tan, whatever. I love this peach. I am so happy for you and your family. Looking
But she
good.
around here talking about Burlington. Like, girl, people been buying stuff from Burlington and stuff like that.
I never knew they had bathtub pillow cushions. That's what it's called. It looked cheap as hell. It looked like if she sit on it, it's gonna just flatten, like Flat Stanley. You remember that
And
book?
what is with this obsession with buying everything so much white stuff?
because she knows she dirty. Her mama kept on wiping her neck with alcohol, putting her in the dirty tub water, being touched or whatever happened to her, if that happened allegedly. So white makes her feel close to clean.
And white rags.
Right. I don't never do
Okay.
that. I don't like white. I don't fuck with white. I don't even want a white shirt. I don't want a white tank top. I don't want shit white. It have to come in the pack already or multi shirts for me to have a white one. With them rags.
It just remind me of facilities.
Right. Like a hospital and shit.
Yeah. I guess, child. Maybe she gonna decorate that apartment so somebody can watch and get inspired.
Yeah, because they sure be like talking about some I'm going to get that. Oh, I want this now. I want to eat that. Every time they see her doing something, they want to run to the dollar store to get them same 50-cent bowls or whatever. I want some steak. You know what I'm saying? God damn, you ain't got a man of your own.
Who gonna tell her we shop at home now?
Ooh. Oh my God.
Who gonna let her know?
You better save that money. You don't need no decoration. You got 7 kids. You do not need to fill that house up with all kind of bullshit in the bathroom, in the front room, on the table, on the mantelpiece, on the TV. They gonna do but knock the shit off and fuck it up and break it. It's already cheap shit. Why is you buying shit? You need a front room with nothing in that motherfucker. All she needs is a bean bag, a fucking table for me to eat at, and that's in a lamp. That's it. You don't
It's
stop
going
jumping on that.
down.
Fuck, she decorate like it's just her and wood. You decorate like that when you single or got one child. 7 kids, you need a big ass fucking gym room. That's it.
Child, they gonna get on them chair, be spinning around.
Right. Shit. That's a waste of money.
Be jumping off on.
It's gonna be dirty as hell.
Girl. No daggone well.
Why my shit say why
Baby,
the fuck
she
my
needs
shit
some
say,
chairs with 4 legs.
let me go check
Right.
it out now. I know I took this shit off private. You know when they make you keep your video on private before you can actually put it on monetize and all that. Now I got to get used to that. keep forgetting.
Oh.
Yeah, and I've still got one on private. Like, what the fuck? I didn't get no views on it then. I've been over here since I did it. What the fuck have I? What did I do? Oh, okay,
Get
I
that
don't know why
money.
it said that. It's fixed. But only got 49 views on it in 3 hours and 8 fucking likes. I don't like that shit.
You said 3. What?
Yeah, I got. I had this video up for 3 hours. As soon as I came over, when I came over here, I had just posted this. Only got 49 views on it. Let me see what hashtags did I use. Cause let her tell you ain't supposed to use no hashtags. Bullshit.
Did you put it straight up there? Or did you use StreamYard?
No, I'm talking about my video that I posted. Just a video. Regular video. Not me live or nothing. Not no pre-recorded.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's a weak ass video right there. I don't like that shit.
I done stopped putting any type of thought in it. Like this right here, of course, we talk about what time is a good time for people. But other than that, I just pop up. Cause
yeah. Girl, stop. Y'all come on, Greg, clean up. I'm about to sweep and lay my ass down.
yeah.
Try to
I'm
think
about to lay it down too.
Yeah, it's 11:14. We did good. We lasted to 12:30 yesterday, and we were both tired. Shit.
Right. So
yeah. I guess I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
All right now.
Tomorrow is Sunday. I guess I'll do some gospel stuff tomorrow. Haven't done that in a minute on a Sunday. I'll do something.
Well, amen. Amen.
Yes. As long as I got King Jesus, I might do that one. I haven't done that.
Oh, yes. As long as I got King Jesus. Yeah. That'd be a good one. That's an upbeat one, too.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right, see you later.
All right, girl.
Who that
Love
Reba?
you.
Good night,
Love all you
Reba.
ladies. Bye-bye.
All right.